and it'll be streaming to YouTube now.
I did not
I'm
know
glad
it
that's all
streamed to
sorted.
YouTube.
I don't usually put everything on YouTube, but this I want to have the whole thing on YouTube instead of just clips.
That's fair.
That'll make it easier if any of you want to share links with friends or whatever. It'll all just be there. Because after 2 weeks, it gets deleted off Twitch.
That's fair.
So that means that the last episode is not on Twitch.
But it
No.
is on YouTube.
Because it was a month ago.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
It
Why?
wasn't
No,
your
it
fault.
It wasn't your fault.
It wasn't your fault at all.
That happens. There are scheduling conflicts. Such is the game.
I did it twice though in a row.
No, like, I'm pretty sure it was literally not you last time.
There was 2 weeks ago.
Me?
Last time,
Yeah.
I said I was not gonna be awake enough, or
Yeah.
like I could not physically do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I
guys
think
did a
there were
one-shot.
also
And then
other
2 weeks before
things.
that was somebody else.
Before that, I had asked if we were gonna play or not, and then no one responded until the day before, and I just did not have enough time to finish prepping things, so I
That was
couldn't.
Sunday. We weren't gonna play on Saturday.
Yeah.
Yeah, because there
asking
were
if we'd be
other
playing
things
at
going
all.
on. Yeah, but we weren't going to anyway. We couldn't make it work, so
We had all
It-
said
it
that we
literally
were
was
gonna
not your
play,
fault.
and then the day of was like I did not. I was.
Yeah,
not
that was
able to
on
get
us
that
for
ready.
not updating
Yeah, it
you
was
sooner.
yeah. So again, not your fault. Like,
Yeah.
it's okay.
And we
even
wouldn't
if
have had to
has
switch it
been
to a Sunday if
solely
it had
you,
been me.
it's still okay because it's fine.
Yeah.
Trying to say
blame
I should
George
feel
W.
worse?
Bush.
Are you trying to say I should feel worse, Spain? Huh?
No.
Again,
Stop apologizing.
George W. Bush.
No.
Just blame him for everything.
You know what we could do? We could blame Elon Musk.
Oh, much more topical. Thank you.
Quite,
Yeah, I was
quite a
gonna say,
bit
what
more
the
relevant.
fuck,
Yes.
John? That's like 3 precedents ago now.
Yeah, that's why you can blame him. Nobody cares. Nobody's defending W.
Damn it! Elon Musk bought our Saturday that a couple weeks ago. We didn't get to use it.
That motherfucker. He offered to buy it, and then he backed out, and then he kind of waffled.
He tried to run it. He tried to launch some more. He tried to launch it as another satellite, and then it got hit and knocked down.
It definitely collided with something.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Fuck Elon Musk.
fuck you, Elon Musk. Piece of shit.
Give me all
am I-
your money.
How am I supposed to give Bane a hug for you? That makes no sense. What? You do it. You do it.
What is happening?
Oh, sorry. I
Who are
was
you talking to?
the chat a little bit.
Poor.
Sorry.
Who do you think?
My bad.
She's streaming.
I forgot.
Good. I'm glad.
No, I minimized the stream, and then I just immediately forgot that it existed. I was
sight,
like,
out of
Animals is
mind.
hearing voices.
I do enjoy hearing the one-sided conversation though, because I never have the Twitch stream up, so I never have context. I just have to guess. It's a good
Yeah.
time.
To be fair, maybe I was asking more specifically, like, who was in chat that you're talking to?
Open your window and find out. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh man, remember that time we had a big message that said we're not going to interact with the chat during the
Yeah, it actually says it right now. So we're not playing, are we?
But it's not during the game, yeah.
I'm ready whenever you guys are. I'm just like,
Previously on Avatar,
Yes.
would anyone like to recap?
we kicked ass.
Alright.
Whooped all kinds of ass.
We tracked down the bandits who stole Bread's shit, beat
Yes.
their asses.
Opened up a can of grade A, fair trade, non-GMO, organic whoop ass.
Took pity
I
on
don't-
one of them.
Took pity. Well, yeah, there was one of them. It wasn't so much-
Fyodor, hey,
Short
Fyodor
stack.
was doing some of the whooping. It is definitely GMO.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I was. About to, what am I? Nothing to you. I've done so much self-modification. I bleed lightning now. Like, what the fuck do you want from me?
Yeah, we only killed one of them.
Yeah, I only killed their leader.
Brick house.
Just a bit of killing.
Yeah, we got down to a 1v1,
It was rad as
and
hell.
he tried to surrender, and then he tried to throw one of his teammates at me, so I stabbed him.
I thought he threw Zarkra at you.
He threw Zarkra at me, and then when we got to the
then
1v1,
horns.
he grabbed
Oh,
horns
yeah.
and was going to throw the tiefling at me.
Horns was like blood bloated or whatever.
Yeah, I caused all of his joints to attack him from the inside.
Blood
Yeah.
needed gas X.
It's just like being 30.
I used the greatest curse of all, natural human aging.
You're all gonna be there soon.
Why
Well,
can't I
I
handle
mean-
my alcohol anymore?
What?
Why do I have IBS?
I like there was the one that was
Chronomancy.
Avatar. It was the Fire Lord is like, "What did you do to me?" And he's like, "My knees." And then Aang, "I took away your bending," being 30.
I saw that was great. Oh man.
Oh man,
Right,
we
that's
all
need
we
more.
all return to dust someday. No, so yeah, so I cursed the guy, and then I killed the leader, and then we started looting the room.
We have not yet looted them.
We started to.
I took their crossbow, and I think that's it. I think that's all the looting we've done.
Yeah,
You
no.
took the crossbow off the woman.
Which is rad as hell.
When I
Like,
mean-
you guys
when
don't
I mean
understand
we-
how fucking hype Dukagon is right now. Dukagon is like, there's a mechanical bow? Oh, hell yes.
Like when I say we started to, I'm talking like in The Sims, like we queued it up as a thing to do.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We initiated it. We did
Yeah,
not
we clicked on it in Age of
make
Empires.
progress. Yeah.
Cool.
I gotta fuck with everybody's volume now because
How's
John.
mine? Where am I?
I had you at 200%, which is a mistake
I'm
because
too loud now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I love it.
I think I fixed my volume at some point.
Yeah, I was gonna say because when we were playing that one time,
It's funny because my microphone has this little button on it that has a plus and a minus, and I never noticed that before. And then I hit the plus
Well,
a
that's
lot.
fun.
I'm just gonna.
Turn me down because I'm gonna fucking holler.
Okay.
I
There we
also have
go.
to turn Amos back down.
I get loud.
I mean, you say that like it's a change, like it's a thing that you become instead of
Yeah.
a thing that you just are.
Yeah.
What does my fucking dog do? Stick your fucking head under the bed.
Madison, look at the dog.
Look at
I was surprised. I
Aw.
said you said the word dog, and Madison didn't react. I thought she was dead.
She's like, get some blackout curtains in this bitch.
I am fucking tired.
I mean, when Raccoon got out of his quarantine kennel, he just went under the bed because he was like, "I'm tired of everybody being able to see me all the time."
That's fair. That's a big mood.
But yeah,
They have all surrounded me. I have a council of cats, and I'm pretty sure they're trying to summon something with me as their sacrifice. And at this point, I've accepted it.
It's Windows 10. They're trying to revive it.
Yes!
I put Cora back
I'm
there.
ready to die.
Man's in pain. We must sacrifice her for the good.
I'm okay with this. Whatever this is needs to die.
They need a suitable sacrifice to bring back all the edge.
I need the edges. They took my corners.
I
They
promised
literally
Mama
cut the
Kitty.
corners, except they didn't cut them. They blunted them.
sorry, chat. We are playing D&D at some
We
point.
will. Yeah.
Don't apologize to them.
No, this is the quality content they come here for.
Exactly.
Anyways, yeah, there's a bunch of unconscious people. There's a corpse, and we're in the snow.
He's still on my
In the
glaive.
snow, surrounded by trees. It's a corpse and a copse.
Yeah, I've Vlad the Impaler him with my glaive. It's literally just planted in the ground. And he's just like, "Meh." And we're looting, and I'm coming down from my barbarian rage.
You know you're bad at naming things when one of the NPCs is also named after a font.
Oh no.
I had 4 NPCs that my players
Lucida
met.
Console.
They were all named after web browsers. I did actually do that.
This is fun. I don't know what my HP was at the end of that fight.
Zarka had just put herself back together with grit and gumption after being cut into pieces by horns.
Yeah, you got attacked like 75 times.
I think I got healed for some reason because I lost a couple of points. And
Did
then...
you?
I don't.
Or
think, I think
maybe-
you made that up.
I don't know. It's at
That was not a wrong fight.
it's
We
at
kinda whooped ass.
32. I guess maybe this is just old. Maybe I never fixed it as far as being.
I 100% took no damage as
Yeah,
usual.
yeah.
I'm missing
No
one.
damage.
I'm missing one hit point, but that could just be something that I messed up and
You
did.
like tripped or something. You like, caught a branch on the way over.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, I have my HP written down.
I was gonna say I had your HP, but I don't know. Where did it go?
Windows.
Yeah, Windows took it. It's 20,
I got lost in the update.
28 or 39. Down 11.
Oh, statistics.
I
We're gonna
mean,
do that in the future.
It's fine. I don't imagine that we're going to get into a combat like right now before we rest.
Don't say that.
That sounded.
You're
you
that
sounded so
person at
far
work.
away.
You're that person at work that says
I'm
the.
meaning to grab my pencil because I left it. I left it.
Oh.
Meaning to grab my pencil. Now I have my pencil. I'm back. Hi.
I'm glad that you got back to your microphone because I heard the word pencil and then a bunch of warbling sounds like you were underwater, and then the word
Yes, I left
pencil
my
again.
pencil underwater.
Hey, Vivi, what you doing?
Dalton, are you that person at work that says that? Oh, we haven't heard the phones ring in a while. Are you that person?
Well, no, because
I don't know what the equivalent is at your job, but
Well-
like.
The equivalent at my job would be probably
Are they okay?
at least we haven't broken anything.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, I don't have to answer the phone
That's good. That's nice.
or talk to
Okay.
people.
Well,
That's
I'm
very
mostly
nice.
either in a freezer or putting stuff from one freezer into a different freezer.
We appreciate
Was
that.
that Neffy?
no, that was me.
Okay.
The sound or whatever just flew over your head.
What flew over my head was I accidentally bopped Vikrant off the back of the chair.
Oh, okay. She deserved it.
Neffy's on my foot asleep.
Vikrant has been trying to beat up Raccoon ever since he got sick.
Oh,
Rude.
She
She's-
does not
she's
like the
either
smell of
ableist-
sickness.
She's either ableist or transphobic.
the social Darwinist.
I was about to say, yeah, goddess of
Both.
death.
Damn.
Anyway.
Oh yeah. So we
So
looted these
ready?
people. Yeah. We
Yes,
loot them.
100%.
All right. So, you've got brick house speared on your glaive, like a warning to the trees of what you can do.
Yeah.
They should be scared.
You've
I
got
do have an axe.
the two humans are slumped over in the snow, passed out because they got roundhoused in the face several times. Lilia.
Yeah. I think Lilia took one of them out in one kick. She's like, and go down. And they're like, oh.
Yeah. Yeah. We had Horns has wound. Did you wound both of his knees?
What?
Or just the one, Zarkra?
I can't remember exactly what I did. I
You
was
did
angry
something
though.
to his legs, which reduced his movement, and then he was having a problem. So he's not great at the walking right now, but he's still conscious and up as much as he can be. And then you've got Short Stack, the little halfling, half dwarf teenager with a bloody nose. We punched him in the face.
And we got bread.
Yeah, Brad.
Our good old cave twink bread.
He tried to help, and he instead
And he started
played
playing
tunes.
flute
played-
music out of the ether. Yeah.
Yeah.
His first combat ever, his first turn ever, and he gets a wild magic surge and plays flutes.
Yeah.
It's character defining.
Yeah. I mean, that's true. That's very good because it was like the first time he was like, I don't know if this is going to work. I'm glad I didn't have to shoot a spell at you guys. And we're like, well, what does that mean? Oh, geez, not again.
If you rearrange the letters in bread, it spells bard, and then you have to forget there's an E that's there.
Like a bard would.
It's a silent E. It's a bard. It's ye old bard.
Yeah.
So there's the backpack on the ground that you guys did, that Brett did identify as his. Is there anything you guys were wanting to do? Wanting to talk to? I know.
Ritual cast detect magic.
Okay.
Oh, I took the weapons. I took the brass knuckles off of Brick House.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Because now specifically because now they're a weapon that I can Crimson Right, so that I can punch people with lightning now.
Hit him with
Or
a
did
crimson
I
right,
choose
then
fire
a
or
crimson
lightning?
left.
I don't think I ever chose what my fucking Crimson Right is.
You said lightning.
I said lightning, but I also remember we talked about making it fire because that was the most like useful with monster hunting or whatever.
Right, but follow your heart. Ride the lightning.
I am going to ride in the lightning.
Lily wants to talk to Short Stack, kind of like a what?
I will say with detect magic, there is that kind of faint magic kind of trace coming off of both Bread, Fyodor, and Zarkra.
What?
Because they have magic.
They cast spells?
Yeah.
Okay, but none of the items give me anything?
Nothing that you can really see. You don't really...
Okay, I'll keep
Not
it up.
in any of Bread's stuff or on the other people. You don't really see anything magic. Oh, Brett, he's had a rough time. So you kind of walk back over, and again, he's kind of toddled back over into it. It's mostly stopped bleeding for now, and he's kind of wiped it, and he's mostly just kind of like tired.
Lelia says, we don't really have any room to judge, but like, you didn't seem like you really belonged with this group. What are you doing here?
It's a long story. I didn't want to be. This is not what I thought it was gonna be. But now I'm here, and I kind of got stuck with it because he wouldn't let me leave. As he kind of like points back to Horns, who's still kind of crumpled in the snow.
That's every joint on his body is visibly bruised because of magic.
Visibly bruised and bloated.
Yeah.
Well, where are you headed now then?
I guess I gotta find my way home.
Where's that?
That's a good question. I think I know where it is. He told me he had work I could do, and I thought he said it was gonna be easy money, and I was gonna take it back home to my parents, and then I couldn't leave, and it was not easy money, and it was not money I wanted to take.
Well,
right, but like, what does it have a name? This town that you're from, or?
I'm not from a town. My parents are goat farmers, but we were running behind on payments, which is why I was like, I'm gonna go work. I'm an adult. I'm not an adult. I have learned very quickly I am not an adult. I kind of want to go home.
Well, I don't know anything about this area, but you're at least free now. Try not to get involved with stealing. Good luck. She just kind of like pats him on the head and turns around.
Like every truant officer ever.
Do you have a map? Maybe.
No.
At least so I know.
Guys.
Okay.
She gets everybody else's attention. They need a
I will
map.
say, as this conversation has been happening, Zarkra. Yeah, what's that?
I'm just poking the
Oh,
guy I killed now, trying to figure out the best way to get him off the glaive without making a fucking mess everywhere.
gotcha. Well, Zarkra has taken her sword and she is sort of wiping the blood off of it into the snow, really making theater of it before she sheathes it and begins to march back and forth up the line of the defeated and surrendered foes here, with the exception that one that Lilia has taken off to the side. And she says, "So, since this little operation of yours seems to have stalled for the moment, why don't you all tell me what your plan was here?"
There's only one of them conscious, right?
Yeah, and it's horns in the snow.
Oh, my curse ended like a minute after it started, so he just has the leg injuries that Zarkra put on him.
Feels like shit.
Oh yeah, we'd still beat the
It's not
shit out
bad,
of him.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, if it's just him, refreshing my memory, then she is, just to add insult to injury with her stature, crouched in front of him and looking down her nose at him. But yeah, no, feel free to talk about the map thing. I just wanted to establish that, like, Zarkra was
Zarka's gloating.
gloating at this
Like a
moment. Yes.
badass. Yeah. Yeah, as Dugagon is like zoning over all of this stuff and looking for magic, he hears map and he's like, ears kind of perk up. Like, you need a map. I can supply that. What do you need a map of, my friend?
Good. Here he goes
Well-
about the maps.
I don't know how far we've gone or even what direction we've gone, so if you could point where I am on a map, I can find my way home. I just don't know where to start.
I unroll my map and I pull out some calipers and I point to it. I like triangulate an exact location for us. My
Awesome.
map. Rolling calligrapher's tools.
Cartographer?
Cartographer. I say that every fucking time.
No
Cartographer's
worries.
tools. 14 plus whatever. That's
A million?
17 plus intelligence, probably 21.
He kind of leans over the map that you got laid out there, and he kind of takes a second to kind of again see where it is, and looking at each of the points that are on there, and he kind of realizes he points forward and he taps past the city that you guys are heading towards, and he goes, "Oh, well." That's not gonna work.
No.
No?
No.
Why not? Not go through a city?
I'm not gonna go through that city, not again.
And why is that?
Cause I'm not allowed in that city anymore.
Oh, you are a fugitive. You are
I
on
can
the,
go around it though.
you are on the lam from the law, as it were.
Yeah.
Cool. Then you are useless.
Yeah.
Walk the fuck away.
I hear that a lot.
Oh,
That's great.
At least lately. I mean,
I've walked away.
Yes, it was
he's
Lilia.
just kind of like
She was like, "Map? Anybody? Okay, bye." Starts.
he's
like-
kind of like taking a scoop of the snow off the ground. He's kind of packed it on his face at this point, and he goes, "Well, I mean, no offense. I don't think I want to travel with you guys." Even I was like, I don't even know. You probably weren't even offering, but like, I think I'm just.
None of
I
us
don't wanna
acknowledge
be
him.
around when he's able to get back up.
Lilia's over there poking the unconscious people. Come on.
We have all just started
We've been
ignoring
just-
Shortbread.
We're not
He's just
acknowledging.
kind of like, all right, yeah. He just kind of turns around. He's like, I'm
So
gonna go
messed
before
up.
he gets up because he scares me more than that thing. And he like points at Fiona, and he just kind of leaves.
That thing. Dang.
That thing? hold on. I have not been ignoring him. I've just not been talking. As I literally just, as he says, he calls me a thing, I just like, did you, that thing, as I just pull the glaive through his boss out of the ground.
The blood is burning.
Just,
I wasn't going to make a mess.
fuck. And just kind of, I will deal with it. I just throw it in the snow to wash off later.
He starts trying to go faster. He's like, oh gods, no. Oh, ah.
I am of no threat to you. I do not understand. I have done you no harm. You are still conscious.
You just pulled an axe through a man.
First of all, that is a glaive. There is a difference. If you're going to survive out in the wilderness, you should know your weapons.
Okay. Thanks for the advice.
Screwing off.
It's like,
I have no reason to unalive you.
I'd like to keep it that way. Bye.
Bye. Nobody's stopping you.
Yeah, he's got off in this now. He's like,
Cool. What a
Lilia
weird
doesn't
kid.
like that he was a thief, so
Bread. It really puts bread in perspective.
Yes,
Hey.
very solid bandit crew you have here. Very tight operation. Clearly.
This
It
wasn't the whole thing, you idiot.
I kick him.
That's
I'm the
fair.
idiot. Very well. Then why don't you enlighten me? I don't think my associates have quite gotten in their daily allotment of exercise after all.
I fire across.
I don't think this person's waking up. It's just like,
Lilia,
okay.
did you punch that person so hard they died?
No, I kicked them in the face, but they're still breathing.
I respect that.
They likely won't wake up for some time, although you may want to,
Roll them on their side. I don't.
yes, prevent them from dying of exposure out here from the cold at the very least. Maybe push them together, lean them up against that stand of logs there.
Can people survive in the snow like this? This is, I mean,
Hmm.
I feel good out here, but
I was going to say, I do not know. We do not have humans where we are from very much.
I fire another crossbow bolt into a tree, and you just hear me yell, "This is fucking amazing!"
Wait, was it Fyodor or was it Zarkar that kicked him?
I believe it was
Uh,
Fyodor.
Yeah, no, he was like idiot. I just immediately just like to the, like not even like a full kick, like you would like when you would flip over like a rock with your foot, like it's kind of
Yeah.
like that, like a whack to the back of the head, just whack.
He flinches and he kind of rolls his head back over and spits blood onto your foot. Oh no.
I'm already burned to rage today.
Zarkra, ask your questions quickly.
Can I try and glean if he's bluffing about there being other forces and see what sort of threat they might pose?
You can roll insight.
I would love to. Love to do that.
Is Lilia at the level where she could catch it if Duka tried to shoot her with a crossbow?
Yes.
I believe so.
yes, she is. Sorry, I had a child knock on my door.
Just now?
13.
That's why I put that down. I never know if he's like fully dressed, so I just turn my camera off every single time he tries to come in this room. One time he walked out in like full underwear, and I was just like, ah.
Yeah, I think that gets you banned from Twitch.
It could probably
I mean,
deflect
if Silas
missiles,
could
right? Is
just-
what you're talking about?
Yeah. You can theoretically, if Duka just tried to shoot you in the head with a crossbow, you could just be like, no.
Yeah, but what if I miss?
Well, then you get shot in the face with a crossbow.
What was Darker's insight check?
13.
I could try to catch it out of the air if they're aiming at like a tree that's close to me.
He doesn't seem to be lying, but you also don't like he doesn't feel like a threat.
He's
If
just
that
being
makes sense.
defiant for the sake of it. I take it.
In a sense, yeah.
Cool. I need to break his spirit.
Ooh.
All right, how would you like to do that?
Do it.
Well, he's just lying there on the ground, spitting blood on people, which is, fine. He doesn't need all of that.
He's
I think
not using it
Zarkra
anyway.
is just going to say, I let you take your best stab at putting me down for longer than I would have liked, to be completely honest, but I'm standing here and you look like that. So, I'll say it again. How many? Where are they? And how do you think they'll respond to seeing? And she's going to grab one of his horns and pull out her knife.
Fuck.
And I'm gonna take it.
Hell yes.
Shit.
Roll intimidation with advantage.
Like, you're
Yeah.
gonna take the horn?
Yeah, I'm gonna saw it right off.
Saw it off like a fucking
Damn.
elephant tusk.
Yeah.
God.
I still has two. I just need one. That's an 18 and a 20 plus 4. So that's a 24.
Nice. Yeah, no, again, he can't really move too much. He's just kind of being an asshole, which seems to be his shtick anyway. But again, you grab him by the horn and kind of roughly specifically, because you know it's gonna hurt, you kind of jerk his head up and take the knife. And what makes it worse is you're not really able to cut clean through the knife at first. It takes a couple before it finally just kind of snaps.
Fine by me.
Branch.
Uh.
And with a thud, his head clanks back into the sand. Not sand.
The water
Brain.
sand.
The cold sand.
Whatever it is, it's gross now.
Covered in horn juice.
Oh.
No.
Ugh.
I don't like that.
Did you know?
I'm scared.
Oh, I'm about to learn.
I'm scared.
God.
Because I don't. Anyway, I was like, wait, no, because I know deer antlers don't have blood vessels in them. I don't remember if, like, goats do.
I mean, it's a
don't think so.
tiefling horn. It works however the fuck you want, homie.
You're the boss.
Yeah.
It's more corpse honey.
I'm like, wait a minute.
Is tiefling
Okay.
blood spicy?
Well, I know tieflings, again, and that kind of thing typically have goat-like horns traditionally.
Right.
And so I was like, do goats have blood in horns? They do, apparently. I know deer don't, but goats apparently do have blood vessels in them.
That's unfortunate.
It is
Neato.
unfortunate.
You're just a damn.
Yeah, goats don't do the whole velvet stage.
Yeah. But yeah, it's like his head like crunches back into the snow, which at this point is not much of a cushioning considering how long he's been there. It just kind of thunks back into the ground as again it just starts to kind of bleed a little bit from him, and he winces, and it's like, and he's just like, God, fine, stop, don't touch me with your little hands.
It's a little late.
How many?
I don't know how many there are, but they're not here. We're supposed to go meet them.
Ah. So, you're an offshoot of a larger operation then?
Yeah.
Interesting. You never met them before?
I've met some of them.
Hmm.
Tommy over there was the one who knew where we were supposed to meet him, and he wouldn't tell me. So I guess I'm
Tommy
now
being,
just here.
and Zarko points at the mess. That Tommy?
Yeah. It was.
Well, I suppose you're not going to be making that meeting.
Damn.
And since you're not
Sherlock.
worth killing, I would just run back to where you came from with your tail between your legs.
Not worth killing. Either you kill me or I lay here and die. It's a death sentence either way. It's you get to pick who the executioner is, you or the snow.
Zarkra's going to look at the two unconscious figures and look at that one and look to her teammates. Does he seem beyond patching up?
I mean, he would have recovered, but you ripped his fucking.
Yeah,
Does
but
not
like,
seem beyond recovery. However, again, if he were to be left here, he has no supplies and no idea where he is anymore.
true. Well, Zarkra's going to take a step back and say, I defer to you. The others, these two, lay unconscious here. Without someone to look after them until they awake, they could very easily perish out here as well. Of course, they would be a drain on supplies. They all would. We could end them here, if that suits you. I'm not against it.
Are they gonna keep going and hurting people?
I don't know. I haven't exactly had time to judge the character of the two that, she gestures toward the unconscious ones. But it's not an unsafe assumption to say yes.
Lilia.
I can handle it if you would rather not.
Lilia asks Horn Dude, just like, how many people have you killed?
I don't know, I'm not great at math. And he kind of
I
smirks
don't
up
know,
at you.
apparently.
Clearly.
Kind of it's half a jab at himself and half at just trying to be intimidating. It's just like I can't count that high.
Give it your best shot.
More than you can count on a hand? 2 hands?
Do you remember any of their names?
No, they were in my way.
He's still doing this bravado thing. I don't understand it.
She's gonna say,
What else
Well-
do you want me to tell you? Oh,
Well,
no, we
I'd
had
call
a
it-
meaningful
No, hold on.
conversation, and then I just decided to stab them.
Some would call it admirable, but at this stage it's stupidity.
I would call it admirable stupidity.
Lilia says, well,
Suppose you can't have it both ways.
It is a fighting spirit, albeit an annoying one. I respect that. I do wish it would stop, though.
Lilia pulls out her ring blade and she says, well, this world sucks enough without people like you in it. And she
Holy
just puts her
fuck.
ring blade through his neck.
Holy shit!
Right.
Are we going to talk about this?
She doesn't do it happily,
Or
like- she doesn't do it happily or like it just quick, like just executioner style quick. And then she cleans her blade and she walks away.
Yeah, no, Brett is throwing up in the background by the wagon.
Pull yourself together, Bread.
Zarkra has-
I didn't know there was anything on my stomach.
Zarkra has been acting very imperious, very sure of herself through this entire interrogation. Now that Lilia has done that, seeing her just execute this person, there is a flicker of doubt on her face.
Holy
She quashes it.
shit.
Now it's not the time.
Jukagon walks over to this decapitated body and was like, oh, that's fucking rad. This is the best day ever.
I'm not going to lie. I was not expecting Lilia to be the one to cut off somebody's head today.
Wait, really?
Because Lilia, yeah, she just it's a
Oh,
circular blade.
shit.
I didn't think it would have like a guillotining. Like it was like a saw.
Is it my fucking birthday?
We don't know. Remember?
Oh,
It could be.
We don't
It
know.
I did not
damn.
predict that would happen.
Babushka had the calendar.
Ah, babushka. And I carved the name babushka into the cross.
That poor
Oh,
old
it's
lady.
perfect.
No, but she was kind of a.
Oh my
tried.
god. That's great.
Her best wasn't the best,
Whoa.
but she tried.
Fucking beaming. I'm just glowing with how well this day is going.
Okay, you got to read a bunch of books in the village. We got some radical, like, fucking spicy honey snacks. We got.
That was like way long ago.
Oh shit, you're right. That was. I forgot there was a time jump.
We killed these fools, and I got a crossbow.
Right.
Really
I
went
forgot.
freaking
I
Maverick.
forgot the time skip.
Yep, that was a prequel.
We've probably eaten a lot of the
I
hunt.
look at the horn in Zarkar's hand, and I was like, "Are you going to use that for something?"
Threat
It's a horn
display
for a
if
horn.
it's needed.
Because he chipped off part of your horn.
He did chip off part of my horn, yeah.
Oh fuck!
I forgot about that until just now.
But yeah, Zarkar says it's a threat display if one is warranted.
That's
He
fair.
said he had friends. I'd like to be able to prove that we know what we're doing here, and we are best left alone.
Super fair. I'm going to get the other one, and I pull out my knife, and I'm gonna go cut. I'm gonna take it with me.
It's free real estate. Yeah, Zarkra is going to look for a second off after Lilia, and then just like, nope, no time for that now. She looks over at the other two and says, well, the way I see it, we have three choices here. We leave them to perish wandering in the snow with little to eat and a good chance of being torn apart by wild animals. We kill them now to spare them that, or
You
we
actually
load
hear
their
one of
bodies,
them grumble as one of them starts to wake up.
or we bind their limbs, load them onto the cart, and see if there's a bounty for them in the city that awaits us.
Oh,
Or
bound.
we see if they were voluntarily fall. It sounded like I was not eavesdropping. The boy, the small one, was not here by choice. He was tricked into doing these things. Perhaps they are also less
easily cowed into following a stronger person. Yes, I see where you're going with this.
no.
Very well. No.
If they were kidnapped through intimidation. You do not have to bind their hands to take someone's will from them. It is dishonorable, and they are victims as well as any that they robbed, if so. They should be given the chance to speak.
I see no harm in it.
Otherwise, they could just as easily be, what is the common word for it? Not marooned, the opposite one. Where you're, like, forced into servitude by, like, the...
Pressed?
Commandeered? Pressed. Any of those, yeah. If they were forced into this life of crime, then we have, freed them from
Speaking
it.
of, I press bread into helping me loot all of their stuff.
That is favor for a favor. That is different. You're not going to.
You seem to have some thoughts on this, Fyodor. Would you prefer to conduct these interviews rather than me?
Yeah. And I'm just going to set them up as, like, whichever one's, like, I guess if one of them is stirring, or are they both starting to stir now?
When you guys had turned to look at them, again, one had kind of started to wake up, and you do see the human guy had actually kind of sat up, and he's like rubbing his face where he got roundhoused, and just like, I am both overheating and very cold. There's more of you than there were.
Lilia comes back. Her blade is
there
clean.
are less of you than there were.
That's fine.
Lilia comes back to hear this because she sees that they're stirring.
Who?
And, yeah.
We did not make introductions. Who are you looking for?
The kid.
Oh,
Where-
he
where's
left to
Harry?
find his house. He went home.
Skedaddled.
We set him free.
He's not gonna make it. That's
Would you like
He's
to go
easy to
find
find.
him? Would you like to help him?
I can't. Yeah, but Sans. He kind of just like a loose hand, just kind of flaps under his sister's Sans. And you watch, she kind of rolls over, just like slap, almost as if she's just asleep rather than knocked out. Just like, give me a few more minutes. Rolls back into the snow. Sans, wake, whack.
Knocks her back unconscious.
Yeah.
I'm going to literally just grab both of them by the collar and stand them up. And like, okay, time to focus. The sibling antics are amusing, but we have things to do today.
Oh, you're tall.
I get that a lot.
Oh.
You have expressed interest in helping the small one find his way home, yes?
Yeah.
Were you pressed into this life of crime? Were you tricked into it in the same way he was?
I don't think so.
You were doing the robbing and the banditry of your own volition, not out of.
Kinda, but I don't like how they were doing it. But at the
That's true. He was being quite a dick.
he is quite a dick.
He tried to
Wow,
throw
wow.
one of his underlings. Well, your leader and the one with all the swords and the horns situation, they are both fallen.
Like fallen.
One
or,
of them
like,
I impaled through the
fallen?
chest, and one of them does not have his head anymore.
Oh, that's cool. Great. That makes things easier.
Yes. Then go.
I mean, I appreciate you doing the job for us. So my ears are ringing.
And I literally, as they say that, I'm going to turn and say, and this is why you do not rule through fear. Because the minute that they fear, if they fear your might, the minute your might fails, or something stronger shows up,
Like field dog.
like me, it is not loyalty, it is not leadership, that is collecting pets.
Who are you lecturing? Are you lecturing bread?
Zarkra.
I think Zarkra,
Oh,
me,
okay.
yeah.
Yeah, Zarkra was like, all right, cool, yeah, no, I'm gonna break his spirit, I'm gonna do this and that. It's like, and this is what I'm saying. He's a bad leader. They're not all bad. It's just he was not a leader. He was a tyrant with a big fist, and there is no honor in that. He was not a warrior. He was an asshole.
As you said that, the woman kind of finally gets words out and she goes, "Wait, are you talking about Tommy?"
Tommy is the
leader.
splatter. I think you mean the
The big dude.
other one.
Yeah,
You used to be big, dude. You lost a few inches.
he was using the horned one as a weapon to the end there.
And to be fair, have you met the guy?
Regrettably,
Kind of an asshole.
yeah.
Artist formerly known as an asshole.
That's even better. No, Fern was the problem.
Burn the horned one.
Yeah, Fern was the horned one, big guy. Thanks.
Mm.
And she's kind of coming back too a lot better than the other one is. I'm like, do you mind putting me down? This whole dangling thing.
I set them on their feet.
Oh, I thought you were still just.
No. I said I
Yeah,
forced them. I
dangling.
forced them to
Just
a
having the
stand.
whole conversation, holding them in the air.
And turning to the side and talking to Zarkra while they're.
Can I just be on the ground?
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, I stood them up. I didn't
Okay.
I wasn't holding them.
Okay.
Zarka will casually say, "So, with Tommy and Fern out of the way, do you have designs on leadership? You said earlier, gesturing to the man, that this makes it easier. Easier to leave, to take over. What is your aim? You said it yourself. We helped you just now. Why don't you help us by sharing a bit of information?"
Do I get my crossbow back?
Hell no!
I don't believe you do.
You
Some
can keep the
concessions must be
bolts.
made.
It's just
Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker!
you can keep the bolts, but it was my dad's, and I'd really appreciate it back.
You can have my shitty short bow.
Familial sentiment? Is that a thing?
Can be.
Ah,
Literally already like drawn.
Pro.
that's true.
I do believe that some things are beyond negotiation at this point.
Yes. Regrettably, that is going to be one of the casualties of this confrontation.
I am one with the crossbow.
I think he's on a kick right now. I've never seen this from him.
Perhaps you could try again later, but I wouldn't.
Don't
bank
do
on
that.
it.
No, you should not do that.
Later I'll be better with it.
No, the guy kind of speaks up finally. He goes, I mean, I guess we can find another one. It's like, yeah, but you know that was Dad's. You have Mom's knives. Why don't I get to keep Dad's crossbow? It's like, well, you know what?
Why don't we take
We'll
Mom's
find you
knives and
another
then
one.
it'll be even? Lelia doesn't say that. Sorry.
So he gestures back up at Fiona, and I was like, the name's Seraph. It's my sister, Sans.
Amazing.
I am Fyodor.
Thank you.
So,
I,
Wait, we're-
I guess this makes me your dad.
I'm not
What is
gonna
happening
lie,
with Dooku
I'm really
today?
comfy.
He's just so happy with this crossbow.
I'm not gonna call you Dad. That's.
That would be weird.
I'm glad we can
He's
all
always
agree on
like that.
something.
Or is that just how he is?
No, he's very excited to have a bow he does not have to exert effort to use.
Yeah,
He does
this
not
is
like
a level
pulling
of
the
exuberance we
bowstring.
haven't observed before.
Yeah, he does not like to pull the string. He has very weak arms. So he can just point it. It's a lot easier for him.
Know
Oh,
that
he's
it will
like
be in
you,
loving.
Sans. Shut up.
Know that it will be in loving hands.
Oh yeah, he's going to kill so many bad people with it, and probably some neutral people, and maybe a good guy, depending on how zealous they are in going against us.
Either
Regardless,
way,
I'm
lots
just
of
going
people
to
are
cut
gonna
to the
die.
chase here. I don't know what you want. I don't know what your life is going to be or what path you're going to take. But should you rise to prominence in some sort of thieving organization around here, I would simply ask that the next time we pass through your territory, we be spared any of this discomfort. Can we agree?
Thieving group. Oh, we're not part of that group. We were actually planning to rob them. That was why we had to. But you guys did that for us, though with little.
You were trying to
plans.
rob the bandits?
Thief
Via
thief.
infiltration? This is something I haven't heard before.
This is fucking funny. I like these two.
Yes, I must admit to being amused. This is.
Does the
I'm glad we
amusement mean
talked
I
to
can
them,
have
Fyodor.
my crossbow back?
Sadly, my amusement does nothing to dampen the excitement of my associate here.
I figured as much. So what's your plan with us now, then?
No, we don't have one. You are
I
free
believe
to
you
go.
are going to go and help
the boy.
boy from earlier not die. If that's the
Yeah,
case, I
He's
must.
a good kid.
This whole time.
Seems to be the consensus. I have to confer with my allies for a moment, but Zarka's going to sort of nudge her head away and say quietly, We can spare some rations, right?
This whole time, Lelia's been wrapping up her very clean blade now, and she puts it on her back and she says, I have some fish I can spare.
If you don't mind parting with it, I think we can send them on their way with it.
She goes
Add a little extra assurance
to
that
get
they won't
some.
all starve to death.
The woman kind of, she gratefully takes it and goes, yeah, that fern, that, I can't, horns, although I guess was what you guys called them, although I guess you can't really call them that anymore concerning the.
Yeah, you. I just called him corpse now.
That's fitting. No, he apparently the Herrick, the kid, something about his family was in debt or something, and they were gonna lose.
Yeah. He gave us the
he
whole
wanted-
story.
Oh, cool. Yeah, no, he's a good kid. He's just a little optimistic. He won't make it back. We're gonna. He's gotta go back home.
His vulnerability was taken advantage of by a very sword happy douchebag. You can take. I say if you want to take the extra layers, they're a little blood stained, but it might help with the cold if you take. I'm not going to remember. I don't respect him. And Horns is stuff.
Blood's nothing new.
Yeah, I was going to say extra layers is going to always help.
Mm-hmm.
I have no need for it. It is not my size.
Is anything your size? That might be rude to ask. You can't ask.
No, it's really fine. I don't give a shit. I am 8'6". I am very used to these kinds of comments.
That's fine. Well,
these actually weirdly these fit.
Yeah, Tommy was.
The big hands.
Universe. He was caught. You remind me of him, although he was a lot less talkative.
I also get that a lot. Anyway, go help the boy.
Will you do us a favor?
I will consider it.
Pin him to a tree and leave him there.
That's funny. I'm going to just the hole that I literally just without even I just grab him just by the neck and where the glaive went through.
No,
I just kind of.
Tommy. He's talking about the tiefling.
Oh, I'm gonna pick him up by the tail like a possum. And then just with a spare dagger, I'm just gonna chunk.
Sans has already started going after the boy, but Seraph, again, the guy just kind of stops. He kind of, this is the truest form I've ever seen him take. He's never been this honest before. It's a good look on him.
Damn.
I mean, it's really not. His head is not attached. He is just leaking right now.
It's not like he ever thought with it anyway.
That's
true. Just set it at the base of the tree.
With
the
head?
Deserve it. Just leave it wherever it is.
Unless you wanted to take it with you.
I thought about it for a second, but
his ass.
There's your warning.
It's just picturesque. Picasso, I like it.
Oh, Picasso just starts moving the features of the face.
No.
Absolutely not. No, yeah, I'll pin him. I don't give a shit. He's dead. He means nothing to me.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, no, sure enough. I just cool. Anyway, go save the boy. We're going to go that way now. Bye. I guess.
If you ever find yourself up in that northern city, up by those docks, come looking for us.
Sansons. If they get their connections, then they will maybe have money and stuff for us.
Cool.
Or also, I just like them. Honestly, I like them now. I
mean, if we're not dead, you might be able to help us get it out of those dirty hands that they've got. So, we could use the strength. He's out. He kind of he tries to be cool and does the backing out of the trees, and he trips over one of the logs.
Water tribe.
Yeah.
We'll remember you.
Scrumbles up.
Unless we can't find you or we forget.
As they leave and people sort of go off, I'm guessing Duka's still playing with the crossbow. Lilia's
Duka is looting. Duka's been looting.
probably a bit off to. Okay,
What
fair.
have you
Yeah.
been? Oh yeah, the dead ones.
Zarkra's going to approach Fyodor and say,
Hmm.
"Your counsel proved valuable, and I wanted you to know that I appreciate it. You were wise to slay the leader to crumple resistance, and you were wise to suggest that we get the entire story from each of them. Perhaps I was too hasty."
I did not intend to crumple resistance. He was a bad leader and a bad man, and I did not respect his methods. And he tried to throw. He forced some of these people. They looked to him as a leader, and he weaponized them. He abused them. That is not the kind of power you should have. If we only rule through fear and violence, we are no better than the gods who have left.
Oh shit.
I do not crumple resistance. I gave them the choice to leave.
Is Fyodor the smartest one of us all?
Possibly.
Well, whatever your reasons, it worked.
Yeah, I mean, stabbing somebody through the chest is generally pretty effective.
I can respect your values,
I mean,
but you
Cool.
will forgive me if I'm...
you do not have to agree with me. Should it come to a point where it causes conflict, we will deal with it then.
I suppose we will.
And I'm gonna
I
put the
only
I put
know
the glaive
that-
back on my back, and I'm just gonna, Duka, where the fuck are we going?
I point the crossbow. That the way.
I'm going to take that from you. And I'm gonna start pulling the cart.
You guys want to head back on your trail?
Did we loot anything else other than this crossbow
And the knuckles.
and the knuckles?
There was a couple coins on Fern, the tiefling, but there wasn't really much else worth taking.
I said I wouldn't have taken the coins. I would have left them in the pockets.
That's fair.
They didn't really have anything that seemed interesting to me, so...
Yeah.
Zarka didn't really participate in the looting.
Material wealth is not interesting. So I don't collect coins. But I've also never been to a city where that was necessary before. So I'm
Yeah,
probably
you're a
going to
nerd.
get more into it. Yeah, no, you did all the trading. I just kind of like take stuff
For
from
sure.
the ground
Hondo.
or from you.
When we get back on the trail, Lilia's gonna pull out her violin and just kind of like as they're walking, she's just kind of walking along the cart, playing while everybody's just trudging along.
That is delightful. It is currently Big Ivan's turn to ride on the cart. I am pulling it,
Aw.
or at least to walk beside it. I don't know
Like,
what's
he's
more.
not
Tough
going to
to
get on the cart,
say.
but he will follow.
That's going to be hard on the old joints for a horse to climb up on top of a cart. It's going to be hard on the
Don't do it.
also established to be very old cart.
True.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's an old cart and an old horse.
yeah.
They
I
could
guess
see
actually, really,
something out of you.
if I did the calculations, I don't know if I could actually pull it with all of
Not
us.
with him on. Not with
Not with
Ivan
him
on
on it. Yeah, I forget what
wonder which
number I
one's
get.
older, the cart or the horse? Like, which came first, the cart or the horse?
Well,
Would
it's
we be
very.
putting the cart before the horse, or the horse before the cart?
I killed Zarkra.
Pick her up and eat her like a chicken strip.
Real quick, actually, with the cart, Fyodor can move up to 3,000 pounds.
Incredible.
I don't
So
know
it
how
would
much
probably
horses
be a
weigh.
well, if I think
He's a draft
Wheels
horse.
are the real
he's gonna
magic
be. I
here.
think he would be over 1,000.
He'd be like, yeah, way more
Horses
than
are
that.
very
Yeah,
heavy.
because
Especially
Cheyenne
the
weighed
big guy.
Cheyenne weighed
That's true.
1,800 pounds when she was pregnant. So, and she was just a
So-
normal horse.
Yeah, this is like he is a large draft horse.
So do we think that the rest of the party plus our equipment equals 1,000 pounds?
He's probably 2,000.
It's like draft horses average weight between 1,500 and 1,800.
Yeah.
And he's on the larger side, so he's probably like
Yeah. So
18,
it would.
if not more.
Yeah. With
Yeah,
the cart.
We're fine.
Yeah. I was gonna say, like, I think unless one of us suddenly, like, I don't think so. I couldn't pull the cart if I was also on it with Ivan, but
It says Belgian
Yeah.
draft horses.
weight wise, I'm saying weight wise because y'all are not 1,000 pounds together.
Not
Right.
even 1,000 now.
The-
You're not even 1,000.
It says Belgian draft horses weigh 1,800 to 2,200 pounds. That's a
I just
big
looked at
animal.
They are, yeah.
Honky.
Good lord.
Honking. They're big honking.
The biggest horse in the world weighs 2,400 pounds.
Yeah.
That's Raijin. Okay, sorry. I just found that fascinating.
Lilia,
She stops
do you
playing
need
for a
bow?
second.
Do
A
you need a
bow?
ranged weapon?
I don't know if
My
I've...
brother does not, and Zorkra cannot use one. No offense. But
None taken. It is simply a reality.
Will you teach me?
to use a bow
Yeah.
is I
I've
mean,
never
I can
used
do-
one before.
Yeah. Sure. I mean,
I usually just
like-
hunt. You know, she like shows her claws.
this is like a claw from far away. And I like, pull an arrow on the bowstring. And I'm just like, it is just pull and release. Like pouncing. I imagine.
She puts her violin away and she takes the bow and then she's gonna start like while they're walking along just shooting at random stuff. Pulling a Dokugan now, just trying it out. Can I use that? I can use that, right? I can use the ranged weapon?
Probably.
Like that bow?
I assumed it's a short bow,
I don't even know.
which I think is a simple weapon.
Sure. Sounds fun. She'll try.
Sweet. That is in your inventory, not mine.
Oh, I lied earlier. I'm 8'2".
Wonderful.
Fucking deception.
Do you
And
mind sending
roughly-
me the stats on it in Discord?
Roughly
Oh, yeah.
400 pounds.
But yeah.
Hell yeah.
Probably after she gets a look from Zarkra at some point for being a little annoying with the bow, she'll put it away and get her violin back out.
Zarkra is, I think, pointedly not looking at Lilia.
Oh, okay.
And it is not out of annoyance, and it is not out of disappointment. It is, although she would never voice it, out of shame.
Okay. Sorry.
Huh.
I was.
Thunder.
We'll talk about that later. So I was interested in how you would take that. So.
Well,
So,
'cause-
like, I have a question.
holy shit, you're still here. Hello.
Hi.
I forgot. I'm sorry. You've been
We all
quiet.
forgot
been-
about bread.
You have
I
been,
know.
I mean,
We
no,
forgot about
Duka,
bread and it got burned in the oven.
Duka forgot. Not Duka. Duka didn't forget. Duka straight up had him helping, like, rummage through shit. I think. But yeah, no, just like you've been very quiet. What's up? I've just been pulling the cart. The violin's been going. What's
Yeah,
up?
sorry. I kind of, like, traumatized, but that's fine. I'll work through it. How long is he gonna stay stuck to that tree?
Not actually that long, to be honest. Based on grab the weight of the body and the knife is at even though I put it
was just
sideways.
one
it's-
knife, right? Yes.
Yeah, but I put it very far in the tree.
Oh, I don't
What do I
doubt
need
it.
to do to calculate how long he'll be in that tree? Medicine? Nature?
Oops.
Straight intelligence.
Straight
Does it
into
roll intelligence? Cause you gotta know a bunch of stuff.
Gotta do math.
Oh.
You gotta match.
I mean, you're proficient with intelligence.
Just if it's just a straight intelligence roll, I'm not proficient. No. So that's +4 +1 from Jack of all trades. So that is a 12.
You kind of guesstimate, at least for a few days, although, like, animals will probably get a smell of it and probably might knock him down sooner, trying to eat him.
He will fall to the weevils before dusk.
What a pronouncement.
Real tweet.
I'm just gonna say that now to open conversations. Like, just sort of say that in passing about people. It's like, oh, what did you think about it? You just met him. He will fall to the weevils by dusk.
There's this dude running for governor in Oregon, and on his fucking God bless him, English is not his first language, and like he's on his web page for his candidacy. Part of his about me page, the paragraph starts, "As a human, my imperfections stand before me." Are gonna
That's
get that
powerful.
tattooed. Oh my, it's amazing.
That's so powerful.
Makes no sense. Zero sense. It's not there with the rest of the paragraph. Not a lick of sense, but so good.
I was incorrect. Weevils don't eat meat. They eat like grains and shit.
Yeah, they're a pest that destroys crops, I believe.
Yeah. Well,
Some of them can be.
yeah.
Rats
It's
will
fine.
take care of it.
Yeah, but that is not as fun to say.
Just
It's fine.
Maybe.
I'll workshop it. I'll workshop
I-
my ominous shit. My ominous?
Carnivorous weevils. I
You
have
could
the
do that.
power.
I hate that and I love that.
So do we
I
just
spend a void point to establish. That's not this system.
So I guess we just travel until we can't anymore. The day's over and we rest like normal. Is that what we're about to do?
Yeah.
Yeah, you
I
guys.
assume.
I was like,
No more trouble.
we're
blah, blah, blah.
essentially gonna have. I'm gonna have one person roll like perception for me, but we're just gonna kind of do a quick montage of you guys going through the snow.
I'm on my way from misery to happiness today. Montage scene is like more firing the crossbow.
Who
The
should
cart
roll?
running. The cart
Lilia's
getting
probably,
away.
or
Lilia's
Duca
probably
have
got
the best.
perception for fucking a million.
I don't know if Duca's like.
My passive
Duke is a bad
wisdom's
cleric. He has no
15.
wisdom.
Oh, I meant like expertise. He could have expertise, but probably not.
Not yet. My perception right now is 4. In a level or 2, it'll be like 8 or 9. So.
Amazing.
Mine's 15.
You're passive?
Or your
Passive
regular.
perception, right?
Okay,
Yeah.
so it's a +5 then.
Okay.
I think at
That.
plus 15, I was like, I'm playing wrong. What?
Just looking at the wrong thing. Sorry.
What do your cat eyes see?
I'll say
How did
when
she make a
we
character?
stop for the night. Normally, every night after anything, Lilia polishes her blade. Tonight, she does not, and she's not carrying it on her back while she's playing her violin. She's leaving it in the wagon, which is really weird. Y'all haven't really seen her take it off her back very much. So
Zarkra, if they are about to bed down for the night, Zarkra goes to approach Lilia and then veers, and she is going to. I imagine there's like some firewood gathering that's happening or something like that. That's probably something Fyodor would be doing, or something to that effect.
I'm carrying the cart. Y'all can build the camp. Fuck y'all. I'm napping.
Okay, fair. Well,
Lilia's helping
even
set
if,
up tents or whatever.
even if she has to wake you, Zarkra is going to find a moment to speak to Fyodor alone.
What's up?
I wanted to clarify something from earlier. I am not going to betray you.
Right.
I'm
That would be
not-
very stupid on your part.
Yes, yes, it would. I'm not going to. You'll have your values, your honor. That's great. You are very strong. You are so strong that hobbling yourself with honor makes very little difference at all. I would prefer that you keep your honor and Lilia keep her innocence. and I be the one who does what needs to be done. Because sometimes things happen and people betray you and they don't listen to anything but strength. And if I am not strong enough to protect the people who are important to me, then I am not necessary anymore. I have accepted that. What I can't accept is that it doesn't seem to be working anymore. Lilia is... I did not see that coming. And I think it might have been my fault.
The decapitation?
Yes, she saw a clear, direct solution to the problem, and she didn't hesitate, which is a fine quality for a soldier.
But not for a girl of the roses. She is...
I thought I was helping her. Maybe I'm not helping her through everything. Maybe I'm changing her.
Have you asked her?
No. I don't know how.
How to talk to somebody about their feelings?
Mood.
I do not mean that dismissively. It is not a quality everyone has.
No, you're a very direct person, which is why,
Yeah.
yes, I don't know how to do that. I don't have that skill. That's not what I'm for.
Lilia.
Oh God, now!
She like
you
almost drops
okay?
something and like fixes it. And she's
I
like,
don't know. I don't know. I don't know
What?
what. I've not felt this way.
She
You
she comes kind of walking over.
question. I have a question. Are you okay?
In what way?
Zarka's standing at attention.
You
Military posture.
it seemed you have always been very, love and beauty and finding like joy in things, right? You were very optimistic, you had a very strong heart. You also decapitated a man today?
He
So
was ugly. Inside and out.
That just makes me think of my mom. It's like, don't act ugly.
And
She only calls things ugly that's behavior.
the way that she says it, it's not y'all haven't heard her call anything ugly before. It's like the way she used it, it's like not a word that she uses,
Like a
you know?
slur?
Like it's not the way that yeah, well, I mean, she said the word ugly, but like to use it like he was ugly, you know. It's
Like
almost
there's
like
venom in it.
yeah. And then she says or inside, but I don't know. She said every once in a while roses have to be trimmed. It was not what I wanted to do, but felt like the right thing to do. I don't know. I did it without kind of thinking. But
You
I couldn't.
didn't need to. One of us easily could have.
But if I just rely on everybody else to do what I think should happen, it's not really living my life.
We are a unit, though. Not tech. We work
A
together
team.
because we are different. We are better at different things. I don't want you to feel like you have to do those things to be with us, because you are better at other things already, and that's fine.
She
Zarka's really struggling right now.
she sits down, not in a condescending way or anything, but she sits down next to Zarkara who is standing right at attention.
Oh
you
yeah,
said?
yeah, they're pretty much level at this point. Yeah,
And
You are
she
both so
like
small.
yeah.
she said,
It's like you see fucking Lilia's head and Zucker's head and Fyodor's knees.
well, Lilia's really tall, so
I was like,
she
Lilia's like 6
yeah.
feet
not
tall.
sitting not sitting down.
No,
Just
no,
sit, like
she's
across
not.
each other,
Yeah.
and then just like his joints behind them.
She might be taller than Zarka sitting down, but yeah.
They're used
Um,
they're used to Fyodor towering over them. What's sitting
I would
down
say
difference?
I think now that this conversation with them sitting together has been initiated, Fyodor's going to like casually like bugbear stealth and just kind of like
Shadow.
like just absolutely just ditch the conversation to be like, okay, cool. See, this is how you facilitate a conversation. Now have it. And he's going to like just let their conversation happen.
She says, when we first met, I had done nothing but live my everyday, just surrounded by everything beautiful and wonderful and nice. For as long as I can remember. And you know what happened, but just kind of has maybe put a seed that it's just not all beautiful. And I rely on all of you a lot, but as upset as I am about what I did, and I don't really think that I've totally come to terms with it, but it was the right thing to do. And she like, even though Zarkra's like really rigid and stuff, Lilia's a very touchy-feely person, and she has not made contact with anyone since we left the monastery. And she just kind of like leans over on Zarkra and just kind of waits.
Zarkra like stiffens even more, like goes brittle, like she might break, and then after a couple of seconds relaxes a bit and gets used to the weight and the pressure, and she says, the right thing is not always the right fit for everyone, but if you say you're okay, then you have been nothing but a trustworthy and competent person so far. So I suppose I have no choice but to believe you based on past service.
Lilia says,
It's
oh, go ahead. Continue. Go ahead.
It's not all beautiful, Lilia. There are terrible things in this world. You had your life taken away from you, whereas I thought I understood the depravity that's out there, and I went to go and fight it so that people like you could live peacefully. No one should see the kinds of things that I have seen, and I don't want that for you. So please, keep doing what feels right. Stay with us. Do what you want to do, but don't feel compelled to go too far down that road, Lilia. It doesn't lead anywhere worthwhile.
Lilia says, well, we're not okay, but I guess since we're all together, it feels like we will be. She doesn't look up or move or anything. She says that just from like leaning on Zarkra's chest.
Zarkra tenses again, and it kind of feels like she's going to pull away, and then her arm wraps around you, and
God
she
damn it.
squeezes you for just like a second, and then she drops it, and it's like it didn't happen.
Lilia takes the cue and sets up.
Zarkra
What a
nods,
scene.
and she She just kind of sits down next to Lilia and doesn't say anything. Just sits with her.
Lelia finally like relaxing and finally getting some physical like comfort from somebody. She just kind of like leans back and like slumps over and falls asleep. It's like a toddler who just got through eating their food and can't do anything else because they're exhausted about it.
I'll fetch a blanket from the cart and put it on her, and then I'll return to the rest of the group.
Hell yeah.
It's cute.
So cute.
That was a fucking great scene.
Oh
Hell
my
yeah,
God.
y'all. Both you guys.
So
Masterful.
sweet.
Thank you.
So
I'm
good.
crying.
No, don't cry.
No, that's good though. I think I needed it.
I love you.
Anyway,
Should we take a bio break?
I do need to put a child to bed, but
That's fair.
I
yeah,
need to
nothing's.
yes.
Oh yeah,
What?
very good. I can get more water.
You are
Okay.
drinking so much water today.
I gotta replace the tears.
Thirsty bitch.
That's why I always get a headache after I cry. I'm like, cool, that was the last ounce of hydration I had in me.
Oh.
That's
That's-
concerning.
Do other people not get headaches after crying or
Yes.
during crying?
No.
I don't know. It's been a while.
For sure.
Oh,
It's usually though because when I cry with so much gusto. It's everybody's problem, and so
You literally
sucks
just like
everything out
lose
of
your
me.
breath. It's just like it's a tension headache because you're just forcing the tears out like a fucking Gatling gun.
I'm crying
just
because
get a-
it's illegal to murder. No.
No, I get dehydration headaches from crying. It's a problem.
Yeah. There's a lot of things that you should probably see somebody about.
Yeah, well, no. if you
Sometimes when I
really
move my
get all-
head too fast, I get a headache. Like my brain's hitting the inside of my skull.
It's just a few seconds.
Could be
It's
brain
fine.
tumors. Who knows?
I'll BRB.
Be
Same.
I mean,
Arbor.
if
I'm gonna
it
do the
doesn't kill me,
intermission.
the medical bills will.
Oh, that's so true though.
So,
Ugh.
like,
Nice.
what are
I
my
totally
options?
understand. I will be paying them off until I die. So, which who knows when
And
that'll
then
be.
your next of kin will be.
Just gonna start
Be
using
right
a
back.
fake name. Yes, gotta do that. Gonna put a child to bed.
I figured we were all waiting
Can
for
hear
everyone.
us now. Mwahaha. And now they can see us.
Well, they can't see you, Amos. You've abandoned us.
Oh, crap. Hold on. Let me turn it back on.
You absolute goof.
Like, really cutting it close there. Oh, well. And voila. It's pouring down rain
Hey.
outside.
Yeah. I haven't heard the rain. It thundered some. I think it's still raining.
I said,
a
I
little bit.
haven't
It's
heard
not
the-
as loud as it was.
I don't hear the rain. I just heard when it was thundering.
I heard some of the rain,
But I have the fan going on in here, so.
because I don't know where my sheet is, I also don't know what anybody's passive perceptions are. If anybody / everybody would like to casually remind me.
Put it in the chat or tell you out loud.
Is that the small number that I said
That's your
earlier?
15.
Or the okay, the
That's
okay.
your
the
15.
15. Yeah.
All right.
Wait, I think I know where it is. I did not. That is the wrong thing.
Nice.
Jodor has a wisdom of 11 and no proficiency with perception.
You know, I did not find what I was looking for, but I did find my entire document on information about the monastery. That's actually in the correct folder, unlike the rest of it.
Aw.
I am not an organized person. I just kind of go, I'll remember it, knowing full well I remember nothing ever.
Mode.
Right, but it's easier in the moment to just say you'll remember it and then not bother organizing it. I know the
Right,
feeling
You
well.
can blame you in the past for misjudging the situation.
I blame me in the future for not remembering.
Well, that's not you in the future. That's you in the now.
Ugh.
What are you doing?
I'm not good at the
What are
thinking.
you playing with?
What is the now, really? Because the now has already passed. The now that was now when I said it was now is the past.
Running from now that's what I call music 1 to now that's what I call music 68.
I think I'm taking
Okay,
psychic damage.
Are there 68 of them?
I made up a number, but I wouldn't be surprised.
A lot. My camera looks like it's fixing to take a
I'm gonna say upper limit of 60. It can't be more than 60.
It absolutely could be.
Right, but like it's collections of music,
Well,
and I think it started on.
Do you want the American one or the original ones from the UK?
What are we talking about?
The now.
That's
Now
what
that-
I
now
call
that's-
music
Uh,
CDs
Which
that
would
were
you
really
prefer?
popular in my time.
I know you're young.
Just give me the big ones. Give me the numbers.
So in the United States, they've on the 6th of this month, May 6th, 2022, they released Now That's What I Call Music 82. in
Oh my
America.
gosh.
In the United Kingdom, the most
Oh no.
one, released April 8th of 2022, is Now That's What I Call Music 111.
Okay, do they release more than one in a year or just one a
Yup.
year? Okay.
They released 3 of them in 2021.
That
In the
explains it.
In America, they released 4 of them in 2021. So yes.
Okay. All right.
I mean, we had a lot of
I
free
was trying
time.
to guess. I was trying to guess that they were one a year. That's what put me at the
Nah,
my.
they're not
cap
Madden
that I
games.
chose.
Odd, yeah.
But yeah.
I love
Anyway,
this character so much. Oh my goodness.
Did you know that I don't know if they still do it, but at least at one point in time, they had like a CD of the year's top Christian music called Wow that was an off-brand now.
I did not know that.
I remember that from my childhood.
I do too. The WoW worship thing, right? That's,
Yes, yeah.
I don't know that
yeah.
one.
We dodged a bullet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My parents loved that one.
Although my dad did give me the CD for, I think it was, I don't remember what the name of the band was, but he He was like, "You like rock music. You are a small child. I'm not gonna tell you it's got a lot of, it's like heavy Christian. Don't listen to the words, just embody it into your personality."
And then my dad got mad at me for listening to Avril Lavigne because she has that one song where she's like, "I want to go down on one knee," and he's like, "That's a euphemism for going down." And I was like, I was like 12. I was like, "What's that mean?" He's like, "Nothing."
He must have had some strong feelings about what's that Madonna song, Like a Prayer?
Yeah, that wasn't even on my radar
Yeah.
at that point. Not allowed. I wasn't
That
allowed to
one.
watch Rugrats because Angelica was too rude. I think I was listening to Madonna.
Okay, to be fair, she was rude.
She is. She is.
What was that show?
That's
What was that
that's what she's
show?
supposed to be, though.
Right, yeah, that's
There was a show that Mom wouldn't let Josh watch.
Regular show.
Was it regular show?
Really?
She said it
They-
was too annoying.
It is.
fair.
It is. It does the like whole.
That's really fucking obnoxious.
It's the whole Chad dude
And I'm
bro
sure he'd
lifestyle.
repeat stuff from it too.
He did,
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was another one though where literally
Camboni!
it was a kids show, but the main character had too much of like a bad attitude.
I know I was not allowed to watch Ed, Ed and Eddie or Fairly Odd Parents.
Oh. I'm so sorry.
Ed, Ed, and Eddie was.
I didn't-
Ed
It
boy.
was good, but it was weird.
Is Rolf racist? Is that a racist thing, or is it just?
He is technically a caricature of Eastern European
Which I guess-
rural.
Which I guess is fine. They're Eastern Europe.
I
Is
guess.
it fine? I don't know. I'm pretty insensitive. I'm a Russian studies major. I made fun of Russians for like grades.
Damn.
Damn.
So, are we ready to play?
Super ready. Did we die?
Well,
was
I asked if you guys
Caillou.
were ready to play. You said yeah, and then immediately started another conversation.
We're good
What
at
we
that.
do, corral us, hurt us like cats.
I was trying, but I also know that
Tell-
sometimes you just gotta let you chat it out.
Go for
Anyway,
it.
That's also true.
Iron Fist.
no. I wore myself out with Microsoft. I don't have an Iron Fist anymore.
Neither does Netflix, I
Aw.
don't think.
There.
But they did give it 2 seasons inexplicably.
Oh my god.
What?
Don't worry about it. Let's.
Play big.
Anyway,
That's another conversation.
anyway,
We all gave you our perception, yeah.
yeah. Because we're gonna do a little bit of, again, kind of that little bit of montage. You guys have had your camp, you've had your emotional moment. It was very cute. My heart breaks. That sounds sarcastic, and it's not, and I'm sorry. It's just my voice.
Oh, you're fine.
Sounds sarcastic.
It's just how I am.
I don't
Sounds
usually read
sarcastic.
sarcasm anyway, so it's fine.
I heard it as soon as
It
it came out.
landed
I
for
was
me.
like, that just seems mean. It's not meant to be mean. Anyway, it's meant me. But I don't recommend it. It's not a good plan. Anyway,
Agree
so
to disagree.
again, you guys have kind of had that montage of traveling through, and you've managed to kind of keep on course for the most part, despite the previous bumps in the road on your way there. And where did it go? There it is. Lilia is the first one to notice it as you guys come up. You've started to see like some of the mountains kind of in the distance that you're coming up on them. It's getting a little bit hillier. And at first, you kind of have to do a double take. You're like, I don't think that's the same shape mountains are supposed to be. That doesn't seem right. And as you guys do start to come closer, you realize that most of the snow-covered peaks that you're seeing are not mountain peaks, but are actually like risen up walls and spires you cannot see through this gate. Like, it is completely blocked it off, just a wall that casts a shadow over the snow as you guys are starting to come up on this large city that you have that you know is called the Keep, and it certainly fits its namesake.
It keeps in and it keeps out.
If it's casting a shadow on the snow, and we are traveling west to get to it, then we know that it's approaching sundown.
Mhm.
That was my survival check in real life.
I was like, is there more to this statement?
No.
Okay.
I know left from right and east from west and where the sun goes.
Okay, rub it in, why don't you?
You have to
What
keep track of your
about the
enemies.
Keep? Like prior knowledge. What is our prior knowledge about the Keep? Can I roll for prior knowledge?
Sure.
Is that?
Would you like to roll a history?
I would love nothing more than to roll a goddamn history.
I'm glad that's made you excited.
He got a crossbow. He gets to nerd out about his history knowledge.
19.
So you've never been here, but you've heard stories. You've heard bits and pieces of it from, like, when the satyrs would come and deliver packages and make trades and things like that. You've read about it in parts of some of your books and things like that, and you do know that it is a very well safeguarded, like, city, but it is also a flourishing city. While they are very, again, they're very, like, it's very hard, like, it's a long process to get in and out of the city. There is a lot in there worth it, including a large college that specializes specifically in trades rather than a more of a scholarly, where it's like, yes, we're learning book learning. It's known for teaching people, again, they're like smithing and agriculture and different things like that. Like, it's hands-on trades, and there's a large expansive library. And you do know, you've heard rumors that whoever is in charge of the keep is a keeper of knowledge and actually collects scrolls and books and things like that, and that is open to the public, but nothing can leave the building.
Ooh.
We'll see about that.
The ultimate fantasy. A useful university that's well funded by the leadership.
Damn.
It's a fantasy world. Let me have this.
I would say we had Russian studies,
Stacy
anthropology,
got a
art
payoff.
school, and
First of all, you didn't have to attack me
What?
like this, and I didn't appreciate it.
what?
She was just staring
I
at
think
me.
it was just
keep
a
seeing her.
list. I don't think it was an attack.
That I
I heard
included
the-
art school with anthropology and Russian studies. I dropped Neffy and she hurt me.
I also hurt people who drop me.
Is there like an obvious entranceway into the keep?
As you guys kind of get closer to it, you've realized that the snow has kind of parted a bit and is actually forming more of a kind of a cobbled roadway in, making it a lot easier on Ivan as he's pulling, because he's pulling the cart at this point. You guys have switched off. And you see these, almost from the top of the wall to the ground, looks like these giant iron, intricately cast doors blocking the way. And then down at the bottom is an actual open gated door.
We're going in the doggy door of the city.
There are a few people standing outside of it, though, that you do see. And as you get closer to it, you see several different centaurs. Actually, some of them in, like, full plate mail, some of them in leather. There's one of them that is larger, like a Clydesdale type, like, size to him, and some of them are smaller, more like quarter horses or things like that. And then there's a cart up ahead who seems to be going through, talking to, you can't quite make out who he's talking to. It's not one of the centaurs, but he's kind of been pulled away from his group, having that conversation. And as you guys are getting closer, you see him go back to his group and another one come through. And it's almost like a one at a time kind of conversation. You can't really figure out what it's about or why before finally that whole like wagon group just kind of goes into the city gates. And once again, those little doors are shut back. I'd say little. They're little compared to the big one, but they're still like big, heavy, like thick wooden door. Like it definitely is gonna take more. Like it takes more than one person to open and close them type of heavy doors.
Gotcha.
I
I see.
Well, this is what it looked like.
So as you guys
Oh.
wheel up closer to it, and you get towards the door, the larger of the group, the big draft right? That's not the right word. Centaur. I just almost said draft class. I was like, that's redundant. All right. But the big draft centaur, he kind of steps in between. And he goes, and he just kind of he doesn't say that. He just kind of puts his hand up as like a weight.
I'm not pulling, so I don't know who's driving.
We wait.
Yeah,
Who
I
has
fully
land
agree.
vehicle proficiency?
I do.
So Zarkra's driving when Fyodor's not pulling it.
Okay.
I assume. Hopefully. Duka should not be trusted with the wheels of a cart. He's gonna
We saw
crossbow
what he
it.
does with a crossbow.
Fyodor, I have figured out the perfect math to Tokyo drift this.
No.
What the fuck is Tokyo?
Nitro.
Again, as your cart kind of rolls to a stop, and at this point, again, it is on clear cobblestone. It is the smoothest ride you have had this entire trip so far because you've been pulling it through like snow and muck and through forests and over hills and things like that. And you're like, oh, cool. I don't have to exert effort. Ivan's almost relieved at this. He's like, oh, finally a road. Thank you.
Aw, I'm happy for him.
But he comes to a stop, and again, as the larger one is kind of waiting in front of you. You still see the other figure kind of off by the doors. He's hooded and doesn't really seem to be saying anything to what look to be the guards, as two more of those centaurs kind of two of the smaller ones kind of come around, taking note of you guys in your cart and like what's in your cart. And he goes, and one of them says, so what brings you out this way?
Oh dear, did we all go over a story before? I mean, we're
Yeah.
just passing through, right? Like,
Science. We are scholars, here to share our knowledge that we have learned and to gain that which is already here.
oh, okay, he's just going for it. Yeah.
Yeah. We don't
What he
tend
said.
to lie. It makes it a lot easier if people know what you
I know
actually
exactly
want
what
from
I
them.
want here.
Are y'all coming for the college or the library or both?
Yes.
The library mostly, but we might stop at the college, depending on what we have of value, what they want.
Alright. Well, unfortunately, due to what's going on right now, we're under a little bit more protected measures at the moment. One at a time. I need you guys one at a time to follow me over this way.
What exactly has been going on?
Things are getting sick. We heard rumors it might spread to people, so we're just making sure everyone's healthy before they go in, so we don't spread nothing to the folk of the city.
We clock this as being like mutations, right?
Okay.
At that, I am going to kind of Fyodor's kind of folds his hands just very casually.
Ladies first, of course. Or perhaps Big Ivan would go first.
Big Ivan is a horse. I do not think they are going to interrogate him.
He's a creature. He needs to be examined first.
Gonna interrogate him. We're just gonna look him over and make sure he's healthy.
Oh, I misunderstood. I was napping. I've been pulling the cart.
Making sure he ain't growing an extra limb or teeth he shouldn't be having.
Okay, yeah, do that.
So that's been
suppose-
happening a
Respectfully.
lot?
Distracted. As soon as they are distracted, I am gonna like try to as surreptitiously as possible minor illusion over Fyodor's hand.
Yeah, I instinctively, I'm like, they say, like, we probably made eye contact when he was like, we're gonna make sure nothing's sick. Just
Like,
Yeah.
Do you mind if we unhook your horse then?
please do whatever you need to do, and we
He
do
will-
not.
he will probably be glad to be rid of it.
One of them still, the larger one still stays in between you and the door. One of the smaller ones again, kind of taking up the rear end of the wagon, while one of the one that's been speaking to you goes through and unhooks Ivan and kind of leads him over that hooded figure. Would anybody like to make a perception check?
Yes.
Just
I will. This is weird.
I'll say we are
Zarkra's-
occupied.
Yeah, as soon as that goes, Zarka's going to share a glance with Duka and say, "Do you think this is going to rival your scientific capabilities for a search, or is this going to be more of a witch hunt situation?"
At the moment, I don't know. I mean, there has been sickness. We have seen it ourselves. So,
Hope
And
for the best,
changes.
prepare for the worst.
of course, always. But if you could stand in, well, not. I mean, it's not really going to help. Just Fyodor, turn around, and I'm gonna cast that thing.
Yeah, I rolled a 13 for perception, so
Real talk, I will cut off the finger if we have to. Like, it's not. It's just a little one.
I'm not going to do that. It's at least like 6 levels before I can regenerate things, so we're not going to do that.
I'm telling you, I don't think the levels of intellectual pursuit are going to catch on. It's not a very like succinct theory. I don't. What justifies one level of progress?
It's very clear. It's all there in the magic. It is all formulaic. You just have to read Draconic and Infernal. I don't understand why.
It's so simple. You just need to know several languages.
I don't understand. All of my magic is equally powerful. All of my magic gets stronger at the same time.
Well, believe for you.
How long does minor illusion last? Because we could probably like hold on to that one until like beforehand. Yeah, we should probably not.
Just like maintaining it.
Gotcha.
It's a cantrip.
I was looking up to see what the range on it was. That's fine. Don't worry about it.
30 feet.
Don't. I know. I got it. But yeah. So Zarkra again, they're kind of a little flustered behind you, trying to figure out what they're doing. It's like that's a problem I'll figure out in a second. I'm a little bit worried about the dude with our horse at the moment, and you're kind of trying to take a look at it, and it's weird. Like he doesn't bounce up and down like people typically do when they walk, and he doesn't seem to make a sound as he kind of circles Big Ivan for a moment. Like he is very like he circles him several times. He gets in Ivan's face, like he's in his mouth. He's checking, but he doesn't seem to be causing him any harm. Like it's just very much he's in his business, but he's not. He does not seem malevolent or ill-willed or like any sort of threat. He's just very thorough.
Right.
You still are not able to get a look at what's under the cloak though. Like for some reason it's very guarded.
Okay. Interesting.
And after a few minutes, that same kind of paint-colored centaur comes back over and hooks Big Ivan back up to the cart and goes, "Well, he's good. Who's next?"
I'll go.
Alrighty.
I was gonna say, I just realized I don't think in game does the rest of the party know specifically why my hand is discolored? Because I don't think we brought it up. I don't think we told them why, because we haven't told them what's in the flask either.
Good point.
We should definitely leave the I'm definitely probably gonna leave the flask with Duha when I go up for my physical or whatever's happening.
Lelia's
fair.
like, so this is just normal? They just do this? Are they looking for changes like with the bugs?
Probably.
As Zarkra goes over with him, I'm just going to casually use Divine Sense to see if he's or anything
A
around
ghost.
me for 30 feet is
A ghost centaur is dope as hell.
It is celestial, fiend, or undead. So yeah, it would tell me if he's a ghost
Or a demon.
or a ghost.
Or an angel.
Or an angel ghost demon. My favorite new anime that I'm gonna write.
I think that's just a Dan Brown book.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah, so it just detects celestial, fiendish, and undead, right?
Oh yeah, just within I think it's 30 feet. No,
Yeah.
60 feet.
So
So
he kind of
I'm not
leads
expecting
you.
to find anything, but I'd really want to know if there is.
Yeah. He leads you back over to the guy who just standing there waiting patiently, and as you get closer, you realize the reason you were not able to see their face and kind of like distinguish anything is because as they turn and look at you, it is a very flat. It looks like a plague doctor's mask, but it's very flat and owl shaped. And it completely blocks.
Okay.
You cannot see him even when he moves their arms up. You realize that they are completely covered from head to toe. Like there is no skin exposed.
Okay, they don't want to catch whatever it is.
So it's again as he continues on again.
While Zarkra's getting examined, Lilia's like, so what kind of sickness have you seen? Talking to whoever is left behind corralling us or whatever. Is it something we should be worried about? Do we need to be protecting ourselves?
Personally, and this is one of the smaller corridors. Looks like a bay of some kind. I ain't seen any myself. However, my bunkmate, he saw somebody trying to sneak in some weird looking critter that definitely was not normal that they ended up having to quarantine. It almost took his hand off.
Oh no, the child.
Yeah,
The baby.
Lilia just kind of dawns on it, but she's trying really hard not to say anything.
Where do we have that thing right now?
It's in
in the cart, in a barrel. Yeah. But Lilia's also like y'all are obviously like, even though y'all are being discreet to them, you're trying to hide your hand, and she can tell, I guess, maybe, right? Or
probably.
Yeah.
I'm not hiding it from you at this point.
Right.
I'm like,
but you're trying to hide.
Yeah.
I can.
I'm
see
looking to see if I
hide.
have any like charcoal or anything that I can like just try and like use as concealer on it. I'm just.
Now Lilia turns around. She goes, I understand that y'all are trying to keep everyone safe, but we're worried about time. I have fish in this cart. It's been weeks. We've been on the way. We need to get inside. Is there any way we can just kind of... You checked our horse. That's the big deal, right? Look at us. We're healthy. Can we just... Just trying to talk them into just...
You can roll persuasion.
Okay.
Zarker, you feel a little bit of a magic kind of wash over you, but again, no part of this feels malevolent. It's just feels a little invasive. They're like picking up your arm, moving you around, checking your like they're
right. I have a question. I know the spell detect poison and disease. Does this feel like that?
No.
Okay, interesting.
You actually don't recognize the feeling of this magic.
Huh. Noted.
The magic mutated.
I got an 18 plus 2. So, a natural 20.
So the smaller one, he's kind of like, you seem like nice. I would let you in, but I can't open the door myself. I tried that before. He won't let me. he's real nice. He's a stickler for the rules, and like if you did go in it, and I know maybe you don't, if you were to already be sick and we didn't know it, or you didn't know it, and then stuff it's just I want to get in trouble.
Right. I totally understand, but like, we're gonna be in trouble if we don't hurry.
Is another half hour really gonna wreck your fish that bad?
It's been a while. She's trying really hard.
The preservatives can only do so much.
Use the snow for a while, but like really pushing it here to have anything left worth selling. And how long
Really?
is the market gonna be open? I mean, we gotta get in
Mhm.
there.
He kind of stopped, and you see him. He trots around from the back of the cart where he was, and he went up to the larger, who is still standing there, just direct eye. He seems like he's watching you, but that he's also like, he's not like eagle-eyed. He's just very much essentially waiting to see if you guys move. He's acting as a roadblock. But the smaller one kind of teeters up to him, and you can't really make out what he's saying, but he comes back, like his ears kind of a little. It's like, so I asked for you, and he said that we're gonna have to check your fish.
Oh.
Well, thankfully it's in a
no.
different barrel, or it's in a different place. I can't keep it with the baby. So, she pulls out, she's like, why?
But I
She's
20.
not used to this. So
But
she's
I rolled a 20.
like, why?
Zarker, you were ushered back to the group at this point. We need another one. Why did my voice crack?
Lelia,
Because you're you.
Lelia taps on the
That's
barrel
fair.
that actually has fish in it. She goes, here you go. Here's the fish. I
Zarka's
guess
just
I'll
gonna
go next.
shrug in the direction of her teammates, like, guess it worked out.
Fuck.
Yeah, you're clean. I mean, of the sickness. Y'all seem like y'all been traveling a while.
Yeah. We're tired.
It's far too cold to be bathing out here. I'm sure you understand.
Yeah.
We probably like got blood all over us and stuff. Or at least
Well, I'm sure we wiped that off.
We can
Well,
wash that off with
Zarkro
the
did.
snow.
Yeah.
Well, if you're looking for
pulling an
it,
axe through a person, you can wash
Yeah.
that off with the snow.
you'd be surprised.
Yeah.
What about your clothes and stuff?
What about
I
the
love
fact that I'm
You guys are co-
What
you
about the
guys are
fact that I'm
cold and
proficient
looking-
in alchemy tools?
Okay.
I love that laconic.
I
You'd
have
be
baking
surprised.
soda. I can get the
speak
blood
from
out.
experience.
I
That's
mean,
funny.
if you guys are able to get in, there's a spring I highly recommend. Can't feel the winter, none. Just it's great.
Spring's episode.
Well, I guess if
Who's next?
if they're occupied with her fish, should you, I guess, do her?
Okay.
Oh, well, Lelia tapped on the fish and then said she'd go next. Y'all need
okay.
time, obviously, so she's trying to give you as much as she can.
Oh,
That
we're good.
failed.
The spell's cast.
Oh, okay. Well, if you
Yeah,
step
sorry,
forward,
So yeah, another thing about it,
I was saying I have to do something.
the longer we sustain this, the more likely they're gonna notice that spell has components.
Yeah, go ahead.
So,
go ahead then.
We're
She'll
gonna
start
give one
showing
last
them the
top.
fish.
We're gonna top it off. I've already covered my hand in like cartwheel grease or some shit.
He
I'm gonna.
ushers. Yeah, Fyodor, he ushers you back over there.
Ugh.
And again, he's much smaller than you, this figure, and you also see that same owl mask. There, you can't see into any of it. He kind of looks you up and down. It's like, it's from he kind of shuffles off and comes back. And he's got a little stool. And he starts going over it, and you get that same sensation of this unfamiliar magic. Kind of, again, there's nothing malicious about it.
I would
And
know.
it's almost calming. as it kind of washes over, around, and through as they're kind of like going through searching, and again they're like trying to move your arm. Sometimes they have to take both of them. They're like, I need to get under here.
You can just tell me to raise them. You don't have to touch them. I can just lift my arms for you.
They kind of look up at you. They don't say anything.
How far away from the cart is Fyodor and this doctor?
They're within sight, but they're about 25, 30 feet.
Oh.
Yeah, not too far. Can I make an Arcana check to try and figure out what kind of magic they're doing?
Sure.
Ooh.
Does it tell you the type of the spell?
It's just an Arcana check. So it's whatever you.
Oh, I thought you were like, okay, but yeah.
Oh no, casting no. I don't have time. But my Arcana check was a 22.
So, you, again, as they're going over Fyodor, you kind of watch what they're doing, trying to get a feel of it, and it kind of spreads to you a little bit, that almost like a wafting scent of a bakery. You kind of get a little bit of it, and it's not something you've personally encountered, but you do recognize from text and stuff that you've read descriptions of this feeling, and it feel like you think this is what Fey magic feels like.
Okay.
Huh.
Okay.
Interesting.
Fucking fairies.
I mean, they're a centaur, so
Yeah?
that tracks.
Ha, it hoof tracks.
Do I get? Jesus.
The person in the cloak is not a centaur.
Do I? Oh, okay. Do I get the sense of like the intention of the spell, like what the spell is intended to do, other than just like examine them?
It almost part of it feels like a cleanse. Part of it feels like like it's gathering information.
Okay.
And at some point,
I cast TSA.
at some point they stop and they've got a hold of your hand, and you realize as that same magic kind of washes over, you have a silver pinky again, and they just kind of look at you.
Yeah.
And there's a brief moment, and again that centaur kind of goes, "Is that a birth? What is that?"
Oh, these? Hold on. I'm going to try to think of a very good lie.
Okay, I know you didn't say that in character, but part of me pictured you saying that in character. Hold on, I'm going to try and think of a very good lie as he unlimbers the glaive from his back.
Can I... Do I have to roll deception right now? Probably.
Uh-huh.
Can I make a case? I'm going to try and pass it off as a reaction or a side effect of like an accident with my alchemy tools.
Try it.
Does that
help by yelling that my brother is very sensitive and please don't make a scene?
Zarkra is watching intently.
Is this like moonlight? Are they casting moonlight on us?
I turn into a werewolf. God damn it.
Oh no.
Hey, can my alchemy tools proficiency give me advantage? Or does John helping me give me advantage?
What did you roll?
Is John helping with is Ducha helping to give, because
Does my help give it?
If Duca is yelling,
Yeah.
I don't think so, because that feels. You know what? I'll let you roll with advantage if you'd like. That feels very suspicious, though. It's like, hey, you see a thing? He's just real sensitive. It's fine.
My brother is very sensitive about it.
So I'm gonna make a scene about it by
So,
yelling it across.
I've decided that I'm trying to do that thing where I'm trying to come up with the lie as I'm talking, because Fyodor doesn't lie. he's used
Yeah.
to just saying things to people's faces. And it's kind of like that thing in Community where it's like, we were fighting. It is hard to come up with another word.
Yeah.
So he's sitting there, he's like, it was an accident involving alchemy tools, and that is definitely all it is. Because I
What
rolled a
did you roll?
1.
Oh,
Oh my
no.
They're like, what do you mean? What kind of accident? Well, to be fair, I was trying to clean off the infected tar that I. I'll just go.
No. And as you actually turn to try and walk away, you see that same centaur. They kind of hind legs still where they are. They kind of bounce in front of you. Those front legs of like you cannot pass. Surprise! The centaur guards are rodeo horses.
Reigning champions.
Fyodor, you've had that this entire time.
It is nothing. We stopped
We-
it before it spread.
None of us. You just checked me over, and I seem to be fine. It's not contagious, right?
It's not
Whatever
even
it
spreading
is.
on me. It didn't get past the pinky.
Roll persuasion with advantage.
Me?
Yes.
That's much better. That's an 18.
He's still not letting you pass, but he's kind of made eye contact, and both of them are with the cloaked figure, and there's a moment of silence where it feels like they're communicating, but there's no sound. You don't hear anything.
Oh god,
And
they've
then-
deafened me.
And then again,
What?
he
Are
kind
you
of
talking? I can't hear you. Have I gone deaf?
the sender kind of gets standing back up, right ear kind of perked back up, and it's like, well, you're definitely going in, but probably not where you want to be going. You've got someone to meet. All y'all gotta meet him.
Zarka actually relaxed a little bit at that because she was about to protest against them being split up. If we're going into this, we're all going
It's
together.
fine.
We do gotta still finish checking your cart though, because we don't know if we know the little kobold there ain't got nothing on her, but we ain't checked the rest of y'all yet, and we want to make sure it hasn't actually spread. That
Well,
includes your fish.
I already
They
gave
checked
you the fish.
They're
Yeah,
only
there's the
checking
other
the
one's
fish.
kind of going through. It's checking the fish.
This is weirdly well preserved for how long it's been. All right.
Right.
Cool. I mean, I'm real talk since that didn't work. That's also part of the reason we were looking to come here anyway. That's what we need knowledge about. That's why this fucking happened. So cool. Take me to wherever the fuck you need me to go. Where did my accent change?
Let them go to the fucking place.
I rolled a 1 on my deception and I'm Italian now.
I will do the accent of the centaurs.
No.
If you took- if you-
Stable.
If you took Fyodor's voice and gave it the accent of the centaurs, he would just be Sam Elliott.
That's
No.
true.
All right, we got 2 left. Who wants to come up?
Well, I mean, the worst of it's out of the way. You guys are fine. Go ahead and do your whatever the fuck.
You can go sit back down on your cart.
I was
I
going to
will.
say, if you tried to stop me any further, this was going to get awkward. Not intimidating,
but-
just as like a fact. Just
It's gonna be funny.
I was gonna
Yeah,
break
I
his
was like-
leg and watch his heart stop.
But I was like, have you ever seen rodeo horses?
No,
That stuff's
I'm not a
wild.
horse girl.
Shut up.
Type in, if you're ever
What about-
curious to see a horse work its ass off, type in reining. Like, reins,
Mhm.
reining in rodeos. It is so cool. Those cows cannot outrun those horses. And the horses, like, have to match their every move. It's like horses being sheepdogs. It's cool. It's really cool.
Interesting.
That's what the smaller centaurs do.
Yeah. Quarter horses
Yeah,
are
that's what-
notoriously great for reining because they have huge asses and they can get.
I feel that.
Are
But
you
I-
saying these guard centaurs are dummy thick?
Dummy
Yes.
thick.
Absolutely.
But no, yeah, I recently learned through L5R that if you take a horse's leg, its heart stops or something.
It's just death to it. They can't survive
Yeah.
without
It's
one
like
of their
their
legs.
heart-
So I was gonna say, I'll break a centaur's leg right here and now and watch it die. Like I'm not worried about.
Oh my god.
Like if you don't get out of my fucking way, horseman, like I don't.
I will end your life by taking one of your legs.
Yeah,
It's fair.
but no, I'm like, all right, cool.
Lelia's. She's trying not to look at the cart. She's trying not to look at the baby in the barrel. She's just like, this is really weird and I don't like it, but okay.
Would you like to roll a perception? Not a perception, a performance, Lilia.
Yeah, that's fair.
I would like to assist by trying
She's
to draw
not
her
good at
attention
this.
to my pinky.
She's not good at this. She's not good at lying. She's already way out of her comfort zone from talking about selling fish or whatever fucking bullshit tumbled out of her mouth. She's,
Am I allowed to
Not
help by
her.
trying to distract her with my hand? Like, so yeah, so we've never actually talked about this, but what's happening is that
Who
help?
are you trying to distract?
Well, because Lily is trying not to look at the fish.
Yeah, Lily is going over to get checked out. You're going back to the cart.
Well, I thought I was getting checked out.
Lily got checked out before I did.
y'all,
No, it was
Leah has
No,
not
that's
been
right.
checked out yet.
what the crap? I don't know if you can see this.
An 18?
Again!
Okay.
Nice. Good roll.
I was like, I don't know why you're upset. What's happening?
It's
Oh.
weird. I rolled an 18 twice in a row. That doesn't
Is it
happen.
Did you accidentally buy load
I
attack?
don't know.
Fun fact, mathematically speaking, you're just as likely to get two 18s in a row as any other combination of two numbers.
It's true. It's just weird. All right.
You have a 1 in 20 chance of rolling any number anytime you roll any number. It doesn't like detract from the statistics.
It's just cool.
It's that same. You feel that same magic wash over
Performance
again.
is +2.
Going through the motions. You're able to kind of keep your eyes and your focus. Like, nope. Focus on Weird Owl, man. Focus on this thing in front of me. And it never makes a sound. Does not make a sound walking through the snow. Does not make a sound like voice, sneezing, cough, anything. Just complete silence.
That'd be really awkward if he sneezed and coughed while checking us for sickness. So
Yeah. Agreed.
Although strangely, things that you would think this little cloaked figure would ask, the centaur that's nearby is the one that's actually asking questions. Do you have any weird birthmark thingamajigs we need to know about? It might make it easier if you just.
She holds up her
Do.
fingers that are all a different color than the rest of her hand, and she's just like,
I'm just a cat, man.
This is just the way I was born. The colors don't mean anything. They're like my ears and my nose. They just match.
And my eyes.
They just well, no, she can't point at her eyes. They're different colors.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's just-
Oh, you're saying her fingers were different than her hands.
Yeah, because they like cut off like right here. Like
I
her
thought you meant they were
fingers are,
different
like-
from each other.
No, yeah.
You're like rainbow bedazzle.
Rainbow cat. Yeah,
Puts different colored hair dye on each of her fingers.
yeah, and her ears are the same color and stuff. That's what she was pointing out. It's like this is just the way I look.
You manage to keep your focus though, and they shuffle you back without really noticing you any more anxious than a person would be in this situation. They kind of send you back and motion for the last one for Duca to come follow.
What about bread?
I forgot bread.
Even the DM forgot about bread.
He's getting crispy again.
What is it with us as a party? Like just loving
It
NPCs and then
happens
totally
twice.
also forgetting them all the
It
time.
happens to every NPC that we drag
Every
along with us.
single
It's
one.
natural.
Except the baby. We all just like are like, oh shit, the baby.
Everyone remembers the baby, but no one remembers
Well,
bread.
in all fairness,
John
having
remembers
bread
bread.
there isn't as weird as having a monster baby stuffed in a barrel of water. That's a little more
Technically, the
weird.
baby's not mutated.
It's true. Well, that we
That's
know
true.
of. That we know of. We've never seen their type before, right? Have any of us
I
ever
thought-
seen that creature
no,
before?
but the
You have not seen, but you do remember that again. The Jacob was the one that said, "Oh, I think that was one of the sun stomachs. I read about it in the book at the keep."
Okay, so it is a creature that's the way it is then, as far as we know.
Yeah, they're not off. People who have seen them don't often survive.
Right.
But as far as any of you are aware of or know,
Let's say that being
it's
said, we don't
normal.
need to advertise that we have a Loch Ness monster that breathes acid.
Yeah.
Again, it just has poison. It's just a poisonous saliva, like a Komodo dragon.
Yeah,
It's
I
not.
get
It doesn't breathe.
I know it's not acid. It's just very dramatic to look at. It's a very cool design.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That's okay. I can go before bread.
Yeah, we just need to stop stigmatizing poisonous saliva. This is very important. to
What
me.
are you
Exactly.
eating?
Me?
Yeah. Out of
Everyone.
the can. Okay. I thought it was carrots and peas out of a cold can, and I was about to, like, hurl.
It's like go home to Jesus on that one. Yeah.
I hate peas already, but thinking about eating them out of the can is enough to make me just want to.
No, it's
I'm glad you pointed that out. Thank you.
It's-
I was also concerned.
peaches, pears, and grapes
Okay.
is what it is.
That's normal. That's human food.
Yeah. So glad to see you eating. Just like it's fine. It's good.
Leave my grandpa fruit alone.
Hey, I like your grandpa fruits. Done us well several times.
Also, fruit mix is a very good name for this group.
It is.
But I will saunter over to Owlman and just like very nonchalantly. So, what spell are you casting?
Does not answer. And again, there's a kind of a moment of pause. And
Zone of truth.
Is it a levitate spell, or do you have some sort of ring that causes you to float?
you watch as the centaur again starts to open his mouth to say something, and then the bird person man thingamajig just kind of.
Bird's the word.
I know. Nobody talks to you, do they? Can I offer you a drink? And I pull out like a flask of Kafka.
I would like for you to roll.
Did you take my fucking
wisdom.
coffee?
No, I have my own small flask. What am I rolling? Sorry.
Wisdom
Check or save?
check.
Oh, that was pretty good. 21.
1,000.
Ugh.
So again, no one hears anything out loud.
No, they're gonna talk in my brain. Actually,
Yeah.
I love that. I'm into that. Let's go.
And again, you watch as they kind of
Not
tilt their
sexually
head.
perverts. I just mean.
And
Hey, it's 10:30
I
at
have a
night.
tele-
Okay.
I have a telepathy kink. I want your thoughts inside me.
no, don't make it weird. Phoebe, don't try. Ah.
I mean, that's what we were trying to do.
Make it weird.
And again, the center kind of shrugs, and like, I don't know how to say that, and just kind of is like, "We'll go for it." And for a moment, it's this ear-piercing ringing shoots through your brain, and then immediately dies back down, and there's that silence again. And then you hear this very soft, gentle voice. It's like, I don't. Your tongue can't pronounce this.
I cast comprehend languages.
Damn it, I didn't name the spell yet.
Thwarted. Oh! Oh
Are you okay?
I'm okay. That sculpture's not okay. Give me a second.
no! Uh-oh.
Just knocked it off.
Retro.
Today's stream is brought to you by us not giving a shit. Can't believe it. All of these encounters, all of these monsters, and the first obstacle we can't get through is a fucking border inspection.
The true villains.
Bureaucracy and artificial social constructs between nations.
Xenophobia.
I don't know. I don't know where the spray bottle is. You fell asleep with it.
Devi dumb.
Oh,
Fuck
it's
that.
marked
I've been working on off and on. She yoinked it off the table, and one of its, like some of the tails almost came off. That's not
Comprehend
No.
languages.
Go, you heathen! Go on! Get...
I know that she would
How I
never
talk
do
to
it,
my child sometimes.
but I very much was hoping that this owl-faced person talked like the owl from Owl House.
I haven't seen Owl House.
You need to watch Owl House. Everybody, you know what? Today's episode is brought to you by Owl House. Go fucking watch it. It's
Is that
great.
that Disney
It's
thing?
so good.
Yeah.
Yes.
Very good.
It
Who
was
would
the-
never do what?
Huh?
I heard from across the
Oh,
apartment something.
I was gonna
something would
say
never
because
do or
this person
something.
had an owl face. I wanted him to talk like Hootie instead of Duca's head.
No.
Stealing is legal. I am your god now.
Hootie, as a character, is both amazing and cursed.
So cursed,
Yeah,
but
I
like
think he
leans
agrees.
fully into the cursedness.
I don't get hurt.
Okay. So for again, there's a kind of a pause.
Yeah, I cast comprehend languages and I just
Yeah.
say, try me now.
And there's again that kind of pause washes over as they seem to be weighing their option, like weighing it. And they speak, and you're like you hear what they're saying, and it doesn't sound like it. It almost sounds like garbled nonsense. Like it doesn't sound like it should be words.
Mhm.
It doesn't feel like a language.
Mhm.
Does it sound like natural sounds, like the rushing of water or the rustling of leaves, that kind of thing, or more like otherworldly static?
Like the floops from Spy Kids.
It almost sounds like if somebody had, like, if you had 7 different tabs open to 7 different, like, ecosystem sounds. Like, one of them is a brook, one of them's a rainforest, one of them's the ocean. Like, it's just a bunch of, like, all on top of each other.
Are they speaking
Loses any coherent
Sylvan?
meaning.
Do I garner any of the meaning out of that nonsense? Even though I don't like.
I was like, as much as you can't pronounce, and again, it doesn't feel like a word. You don't, like, you're like, that's not how language works. But
Sure.
what you do garnish from it, I was like, you very much understand what he's saying, even though the word doesn't make sense to you.
Mm-hmm.
And it very much gives you the sensation of clean and pure.
Simple and clean is the
And what
way
language
that
is
you
this, my
are.
friend? I also want to try and, like, can I roll to deduce if the telepathy is a spell as well, or if that's part of, like, just his biology?
Sure. What?
I'll roll anything. I'll roll all the rolls. I was
Did
made
he-
for rolling. These
I
boots
will.
were made for rolling.
You can either roll. Let's see. Insight
Oh, hello.
or
You ruined Madison's situation, so now you have to come bother me.
yes.
No.
Neffy didn't do anything. It was Vivi that knocked
Oh.
stuff over. She was with her long arms. Yeah, roll insight.
14.
While the telepathy kind of it has that sense of magic, you're not sure if it feels like a spell or if it just feels like them.
Innate magic. Gotcha. Like it could be
Nope.
innate magic. It could, or it could be a spell.
Yeah.
Have you-
It is definitely something magic though.
But I
I'm
asked,
back
But you're
up
not
now.
quite sure the source.
I asked out loud. And what language is that, my friend?
I thought I was prepared.
Oh.
I didn't know you were gonna ask his race.
His language, not his race.
Did you not just ask what they are?
No, he asked what
Or
language
did my
was that.
brain
Language is
just autocorrect?
Just what language that is.
Yeah, I
If it's
didn't.
Sylvan, I would love to know that that's Sylvan.
You don't just walk in and say, "What are you?"
Hey, what the fuck's up with your body, my dude? Hey.
I have no
Okay,
idea.
but where
what
are
he
you
is,
really
but I think I
from?
might be attracted to this character. Effectively faceless and formless, like we don't know what's there. Very mysterious. Possessed of great power, clearly in some form or
See, now you're
fashion,
thinking
and
like a
very
bard.
otherworldly. Oh,
Oh,
I'm
no,
always
Xander's
thinking like a
contagious.
bard, except for in the sense of like stuff most people are attracted to just doesn't get me at all.
For half a second, I thought you said, now you're thinking like a thought.
Yeah.
What is
No,
a
that's
thought?
correct.
And then I heard you
Bard
say
and a bard?
bard. And I was like,
What is a
Same
thought but a
thing.
bard who can't sing? Like,
Ooh.
oh fuck! And I have two cats, and they don't realize that the other one was there. Raccoon. Neffy's already up there.
He don't care.
Bud.
He cares a little.
Oh.
The awkward.
he says, this is my spot.
This is so hard.
Nappy says, just let me groom you here. This is fine.
Having fun there.
Honestly, yeah.
That's
It's
so
pretty funny.
cute.
One
Raccoon's
of them
like,
falls and
fuck
rips my fucking
off.
throat out.
I was like, I feel like Raccoon's about to bop her.
His tail is so long.
It's
I've
It
never noticed before. Yeah.
He's very long. But there. It's still like camaraderie, both the shoulders
They're like vibrating from your laughing.
They just did the fucking Armstrong and the other guy, just like they just meet each other in Full Metal and just like the big meaty arm, like the handshake. Or the guys, the two definitely heterosexual men from Predator.
No, but you asked that out loud, and by Xander.
I'm here. I'm still here.
But again, you asked that out loud, like what language are they speaking? And again, there's a moment, a pause, while they're thinking about it. And again, it sounds like this clash of just nature colliding with one another, but it's not the same as before. Like, it's definitely different words, and you do get another sense of like what it means, while at the same time it just does not seem like a language. It almost seems like it's communicating with a purely emotion.
Like pure concept.
Yeah, is whenever you hear these. So like you're getting the idea of what it's crossing, but it still does not feel like actual words.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Oh yeah. And so what concept does it give me?
It's strange because again, The last sound that you heard again gave you a sense of like clean and pure, whereas this word almost feels, you get a sense of I feel like underground stars is kind of what you managed to pull from it.
Oh.
The face just,
Meanwhile, Zarka's just staring at
Wiggle.
Duka having a one-sided conversation.
Does it make the weird nature sounds out loud?
think
only
they're
in
telepathic.
Duka's brain.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
And do I get the sense that I would have understood the concepts that it was sending without my comprehend languages spell? Like it would have been a communication. Okay. Okay, cool. Interesting. Cool. Cool.
Forgot they can't feel this.
That's I think that's all I've got. I'm just gonna like cool story. And then just like continue like not raise a fuss throughout the rest of my examination.
They'll take you back over, and you guys are kind of collected back together finally while they're taking over bread. Did you guys want to make any last conversation with yourselves before moving on? Or what time is it? It is almost 11 if we want to leave it with you guys going into the city.
Yeah, I think that would be a decent stopping point, and that would give you some more time to prep for this specifically.
Yeah.
I think she has the city prep more for any of the shit that we've been asking her about.
Yeah, I was like, I've got lots of different shops. I got what's in the college. I know a lot of the stuff that's going to be in the library. I know the big major NPCs that I want you to talk about. And you're like, so what language is that? I was like, Shiza. I don't have a name for it. I was like, I know what it does, and I know all the thing about it, but I didn't name it.
That's always the question you didn't prepare for.
Yeah.
You even told us that you were ready for, like, after bread, I'm never going to be caught off guard with names again. Fuck, things that aren't people also have names.
I know. I was just like, I got list of like people names. So this is not a question about a people name.
I need to know the name of the spell and the name of the language.
Could have also just not told me anything. So I appreciate you giving me something anyways.
Mm-hmm. Totally. Like, I knew it was gonna sound like I was just trying to figure out how to, I guess, translate that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm absolutely ensorcelled by this being.
This is the only note I have taken this whole session. Owl Master speaks telepathic concept language. WTF.
Nice.
Underground stars should probably be written down.
Language without ambiguity. Because if there's that much room for just whatever combination of things perfectly convey a thought, then you can just construct things out of component for any word or piece of lexicon you need. The thing that prevents humans from having a purely logical and language free from ambiguity is the fact that we can only remember so many things. We can only remember so many combinations of things. If we had a different word for every possible combination of every situation, every meaning in every connotation and situation, that'd be too much. That'd be too much for anybody to use effectively. And I think it's a good thing that we don't have a perfectly pure language in the sense that it can convey exactly what we mean all the time, because that can allow for poetic flourishes to happen.
Yeah, we've got lots of different languages that we can use for different things.
Yeah, totally.
There is one thing I'd like to ask before we end.
Go for it.
Like, we're ending here? Is that what's going on?
Yeah, we're gonna end the session here so that when we pick back up, you guys are going in the city. You meet the NPC that I'm so excited for.
I was gonna say, so as bread comes back to us and we're getting ready to be escorted into the keep, I would just put it. So, who exactly are we going to see?
And for the first time, you hear the large centaur speak as the cart kind of scrolls past the door. The keeper.
The keeper.
The second note. He's writing the second note.
Like the president? Like the king here?
Mm-hmm.
Turns out it's actually really easy to speak to the leader if you straight up have a mutation plague. Like it
Should've
I'm
led
so
with it.
excited for this character.
Honestly, I should have
Like,
led with the yeah. No, I accidentally touched an infected thing, and now my hand is still.
VIP coming through. Get the fuck out of my way.
It was the fact that you specifically showed that it had not spread and that the rest of the party had not mutated.
Yeah, you could have the key
Is
to
the
a
reason
cure
that they
here.
let you in.
Oh, they're gonna
on like a probation.
they're gonna fucking The Last of Us me.
I don't know that reference.
They're gonna
'cause I've not
harvest my.
st-
The Last of
or
Us.
played it.
She's immune to the thing, so they're gonna try and rip her brain out and kill her so that they can make a vaccine out of it.
Okay,
Oh yeah.
that sounds unpleasant.
Spoilers for The Last of Us, I guess.
Last of Us Part 1.
Yeah, it's only been like what 500 years. I don't.
And they did that in, if I remember correctly, they did that in The Walking Dead as well. In one of the earlier seasons, they came across a facility where the dude was like running tests, and I think it was his wife was immune to it, and he was using her brain samples to run tests. And then he killed himself when he ran out of brain samples and hadn't found a cure.
Damn,
Oof.
that sucks.
That's bleak.
And tried to
Least-
kill the entire like survivors group, and it was like, the world is ending and this sucks, and you don't need to suffer anymore, so I'm just gonna kill us all by blowing up this whole building.
Yeah, The Walking Dead was a fucking downer.
Tis indeed.
I don't fuss with that shit.
I like the first couple seasons, and then it just kind of like Supernatural. I was like, this is going on too long. Stop. Stop.
Gosh, yeah, Supernatural was really good at first, and then it just kept going. And I'm like, really? They still have stuff to make episodes about? And then it became a
they-
whole different show, and you're just like, wow, y'all are stretching.
I was like, it was cool at first, and then they got to that, like, we saved the world from the apocalypse. I was like, cool. That's a great way to end the show. And then next season, I'm like, wait, when you, no,
More?
you don't, stop.
Yeah.
It does not make anything feel like stressful or important or like, oh, this is an intense, exciting moment. It's like, this again? Okay.
They did that to one of my favorite animes, Tokyo Ghoul. They ended it, and it was so perfect, and they just should have left it alone. And they came out with like the third season or something like that, and it was just
'Cause I-
a totally different show with a different art style concept and all this stuff.
I
And they
didn't
just
know about the third one.
pretended like it was fine.
I
They
knew
did
it
the
because
same thing with
there was
Lucifer.
Tokyo Ghoul. There was Tokyo Ghoul Regard or whatever. That's how you pronounce it with the RE.
Yeah, that thing. That's what I was talking about. Because that's
Oh.
supposed to be Kaneki. That's supposed to be him.
Yeah.
And it's not him. And the art is different, and it's just a whole new thing, and the world is set up different, and it's just, I don't like it.
See, I think I'm remembering it differently.
But when they really, to be fair, I didn't have like Crunchyroll or anything at that time. Like they released it, and it like this was the season, and then they like, here's the new season, and I'm like, what is this shit? Like,
Because I thought it picked up with him like essentially because at the end of it, spoilers for Tokyo Ghoul, I guess.
Core,
like-
if you're listening, don't listen.
Yeah, like he gets the white hair and he's like, okay, I'm just gonna go full ghoul now and like break my leg and kick a guy and like go all monstery and shit. And then in regard in like or whatever, he's like, so now I have to deal with the fact that I have a weird new power and I have to decide whether I want to keep being angsty forever or like.
Well,
Because I think I viewed it like the first section was angst versus edge.
the way that
And
they
edgy
ended,
won, and then season 2 was oh no, being edgy won, and now I'm angsty about it, or do I just turn into a centipede forever? Like I don't fucking
right? That's season 3 is when the RE stuff starts.
yeah. I thought that the RE stuff was, or did I just describe season 2?
That was season 2.
Oh, so the thing that I watched it on had like labeled weird then I guess.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I mean, it's been a while, but like
I'm
he
not
gets
gonna
his
rewatch
powers, and then the second one is he has his powers and he's dealing, and then the whole stuff happens with the big person that everybody was like, "Oh, you're him," and then
I think
somebody
we can all
dies,
agree.
and it's sad at the end. And that's
Oh
where it
yeah, no, I didn't
should've
see this one.
Stopped. It should have stopped.
Okay,
right
I
there.
saw season 2. I didn't see season 3.
I think we can all agree on one thing though about Tokyo Ghoul, and that is
It's
Uta.
oh yeah, dude, I love
Yes.
everything about
Uta.
Tokyo Ghoul. It's one of my favorite animes. But yeah, it's good.
Tokyo Ghoul Uta is just my ideal final form.
I support it.
You can get there, I believe.
Obtainable.
Tattoos?
Obtainable.
Mhm.
I mean, not the turning the whites of your eyes black. I can't do that.
I
mean,
mean,
contact
there's
lenses.
contacts, yeah.
Yep.
Well, I'm not getting any alerts, by the way. Sorry. But thank you.
Hey, there.
But yeah,
Cool session.
that was cool.
Yeah, that was really great. Thank you for running.
Sorry for the bumpy start. It took me a minute to get back into the swing of it.
Sorry,
It's
I
been
took
forever,
a
no
hard left
worries.
with Lilia, but there was a
No.
point to it, I promise.
No, that was really good. I'm glad you did that.
It was a point in and of itself.
Everybody's like arguing over what they are. I was just like, but I'm gonna do a thing.
Hell yeah.
Uh,
Just do a thing all the time.
I hope you guys had fun. As always, any questions, comments, or concerns or critiques? I always forget there's 4 of those.
I have a critique. I need our DM to stop blaming herself for stuff that's not her fault. Can we work on that?
Ooh, swoosh.
I'm in agreement there. I think you did a really good job. I don't have really much to say about this session. It was really good.
Very fun.
Yay.
Oh, I guess we should say bye to the stream.
Bye to the stream.
Bye, stream. We love
Nephew
you
just
guys.
got face first
Tune in
box,
2
so
weeks.
I'm gonna leave
Well,
you with that gift.
not yeah, it's 2 weeks. Yeah. Every
Yeah.
every other Saturday. We'll be do this. Every other Saturday.